Sorry.
All right. Hello. Welcome to the 71st session of the Devouring Dark.
I was waiting for you to say annual.
Yes, I am.
The annual event.
I've been running this for 71 years. And
It's been 84 years. And we still haven't leveled up.
We just get together once a year, continue with these characters that we've forgotten. No problem.
You could be annual every week.
Shut up, Tim. Nobody likes you.
This is true.
I liked him.
Either way, so you guys have been sitting in an underground cavern, basically. It's an underground maintenance area in the city in the clouds on the plane of air called Aaqa. And you guys have just been sitting there for the past couple sessions, to be honest. Because you tried to do something really hard, and I was trying to make it really hard. And it was.
How
So-
hard was it?
I don't know. Anyway.
Pound a few nails in.
Depends on what you're wearing.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, a bunch of guys. Where do you think that was gonna go?
It was too punny, okay? It was too punny. So anyway, last session, you guys did some stuff. You basically just hung out. Tried to figure out some stuff, which you managed to do. Let me get more specific here. One group went to the farm, where the main group left their eagles, their giant eagles, and they had a bunch of people over there, and they convinced a large group of them to come back to the safe area. That was one thing that happened. The other thing was everybody else was back at the main place, and they were trying to rest, and there was this thing that just kept on watching them. I'm pretty sure this. Yeah, we're at the right spot. Anyway, and it just kept staring at them, trying to sleep. They got pretty far into their long rest before this thing that was staring at them apparently led a bunch of creatures to your guys' location, and those creatures began attacking after they were revealed by light. I think it was a light spell, and they are now dead. The rest of the group, so everybody just got back together. Lily, you went. I'll be a little bit more specific with you because you haven't been here for a while. I'll just give you a little bit of context as to what you were doing beforehand. You went with the group that went back to the farm, and you had to heal some refugees. They were severely hurt. Some of them were literally infected, and some of them refused to be medically checked over, and they ran away. And you and Edo-san chased after them, and two of them just fell unconscious, and the other guy was just freaked out. And it turns out that two of them were infected as well, and one of them just was adverse to being checked over for whatever reason. And you managed to bring all of the civilians, except some Ifriti, who apparently cannot enter the safe zone. Because the safe zone protects against elementals which they are classified as, so they can't go in there.
Dum, dum, dum.
And yeah, so you just came back. You were walking through the underground for a couple of hours with a large group of refugees, and you guys got to the safe area. And when you got back to the safe area, you come upon this scene where there are 3 humanoid-looking reptilian creatures and a pile of gooey black things on the floor next to them. And your character, I was playing you, so unfortunately you didn't get to react because that was at the end. So if you wanted to interact with that scene at all, you could. So that's where we're gonna start.
Okay.
So you're in the safe area. Just
Oh my god, we're safe! And I'm really tired, guys. I'm also hungry. Anyone have any food?
so she fell asleep.
Nudge, nudge.
Huh?
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up!
Oh, what?
Feed me! I've been doing a lot of healing.
I be checking my pack.
Okay, so you're going back to sleep so I could go into your backa.
I will just motion towards the pack where I keep my rations. I think I have some left. So yeah, you can take a ration if you want.
A ration.
Walk, walk, walk. Go through backpack.
Ah!
How many rations do you have?
On this character, I have not noted down I've used any yet. So
Okay. So how many do you have? Do you know?
nope.
Or did you not write that? Okay, that's fine. You find 3. They're basically the ration of this world, even though he's technically not from here. They still look relatively similar. They're like little tins, and depending on which kind you get, you can get an assortment of nuts, meat, fruits, and vegetables. So you can get ones that only have certain types of food, but usually it's all a whole bunch of mixed stuff. Sometimes they have the walls sectioning off the different types of food. Sometimes they don't. So
It's just raw meat in my pack. Three pieces of it.
fair enough. So then he just has like pieces of meat in his pack.
Did my roll go through?
Ah.
There it is. I take
You
all
rolled a
3.
d4. So
I take all 3.
Take all 3. Okay.
all right. Those are taken.
Oh god, I'm so full. I'm so full. I hate myself. Oh, I'm so full.
Actually, since you're tired, I'm going to get you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Just okay.
Constitution saving throw. All right, you can choose whether or not you stay awake.
I stay awake. I'm
Because if you rolled low enough, I was going to say that you succumb to after supper nap syndrome.
Oh yeah, the itis or food coma.
Yes.
There we go.
And you would have instantly fallen asleep, but you managed to stay awake. If you wish. Like, you can choose
Yeah,
if you fall asleep.
she'll
but-
stay awake.
Okay. So the rest of the group, you see Lucian I think I got his name right this time.
Lucius.
Lucius? Wow, I still got it wrong. Ugh, I thought I got it
We're
right.
gonna get you there. Don't worry.
All right. So Lucius, you see Lucius sort of looking them over, and I'm pretty sure last time he said he was going to collect some of the slime on the leeches. I don't know if you wrote that down or not.
Yeah, I have it written down on my sheet. I have a vial of camouflage goo.
Fair enough. Yes, he discovered that this liquid, like, it's sort of mucusy in consistency. It apparently changed the creature's form, or at least made it appear different. So he has harvested some. So whether or not that's going to come in useful, who knows? But either way, yeah, Tabaki is just trying to sleep on the floor. And Explo, I don't remember what he was doing, if anything.
Still long rest.
Okay, so he walked over and passed out. I'm pretty sure Edo-san wanted to do something, but since he's not here, he is gonna get penalized. So he doesn't get to look at this situation too closely at the moment. I'm pretty sure he examined them to see if he could identify them, but unfortunately, that is all he's going to get. So, I guess everyone is either taking a long rest or something else.
I'm gonna go back to a long rest also.
Alright. Wizard sleeping. So Lily chose to stay awake, and she's just sitting there, and everybody else in the party is going to sleep, and there's a...
Oh, it's everyone else's.
Oh,
Shoot.
okay. Okay. But I'll say that I'll tie it in. You sort of stay awake for a little while because you see some other people, like the refugees. They're a variety of races, though most of them are Aaqa. And you start trying to bother them, but they don't seem like they're in the mood for being bothered by someone so energetic. And you just decide to go to sleep.
Good night.
So, 8 hours pass. You guys awaken. The refugees are still there. So the Ifri that was with you guys went to the farm. So he's out of the picture.
Wait a minute, did we just get a long rest?
Yes. I just gave it to you. I'm being generous today.
Hell yeah, boy!
So there's only one other person of interest. The refugees are just basically people that you rescued. They are nameless and faceless, unless if you want to try to get to know one of them, perhaps I'll let you. But for now, they're nameless and faceless.
You're so magnanimous.
Explo is just gonna go around and pickpocket people.
Okay.
Girl.
I'll let that happen, but I'll finish what I was just about to say. There's that one human that Tabaki stabbed through the heart and didn't die instantly. So you may want to talk to him. He's just sort of hanging around. Otherwise, whatever you want to do is up to you. So pickpocket is the first thing I heard. So I'm gonna get you to make 3 sleight of hand checks.
Let's see. This is gonna be easy. Do I get to use thief tools?
Unfortunately, no. It's a sleight of hand check, which is...
Okay.
Alright, so these are civilian class marks, if you will. So they don't really notice. You easily take some of their stuff. However, they do not have much stuff.
Damn it.
Can I notice that he's doing this?
You will have, if you want to notice him, you will have to roll perceptions on each one and beat whatever he rolled for his sleight of hand.
No, that's the wrong one. That's one. So 29.
Yeah, you notice him on the first one. If you want to roll for the other ones, you'd have to roll individually.
Sure.
Yeah, you see him pickpocket those people. However,
I do not.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
not.
one more, Tim.
No, I did. I got 3.
He rolled 4 technically, but
Yeah,
I'm only taking the first 3.
Yeah.
And he unfortunately did not. Well, for whatever reason he wanted to notice you for, he did not. So he cannot do whatever he wanted to do.
No, it's more of just keeping awareness around me.
Okay, sure, that's fine. But he's perhaps at an angle that you can't see, or whatever reason, you're just unable to notice. However, Tabaki, you probably have a clear line of sight of him, and you just see him going up and just reaching his little nose into people's pockets.
So yeah, I'll just motion for him to come over, and I'll head towards the other people and see if I can gather everyone.
Okay, so Explo, you notice that he is trying to get your attention as well as everybody else, and everybody else notices that he's trying to get attention.
Well, I don't know that he saw me pickpocketing, so I will walk over to him.
And I will ask you guys, so I be running out of food? My pack
It was
is
delicious.
empty. But I could conjure some if you are all hungry.
I need 24 hours.
I'm not hungry.
And you need to do this in the middle of the enemy stronghold. Yes.
I've been not needing that long for some food.
I'm not hungry anymore. I'm so full.
You're going to be hungry again later, little one.
I'm not that little.
I'm going to specifically walk up next to her.
Okay, I am that little.
Yeah, he's a tiefling, so he is taller than you, unfortunately.
No, what should be your next course of action?
Oh, I was just going to throw in another joke. He's not suffering from dwarfism or anything like that, so he is taller than you.
It's terrible.
Both me and Lily find that offensive. We
I'm
like to
offended.
be called little people.
Yeah, call me a little person.
Midgets?
No! Little person.
Height challenged.
Bottom shelf grabbers.
Half a person.
That's even worse.
Can I see
God.
if I'm gonna be able to lie to the tiefling to convince him that I'm taller than him?
I would
With deception
say that
or persuasion?
I would say that his intelligence would have to be below 7 for you to
I'm
be
at
able to
20.
do that.
Damn it.
What's your int?
20.
Whew.
Yeah, I do allow certain things like that to happen, but the character has to be exceptionally stupid.
Same as mine.
So
Damn it.
unfortunately, you cannot do that.
So we
Dadgummit.
wanna be spending one another day here, or we wanna be going after this orb.
Wait, what happened to the orb?
No, not that orb. It is a different orb. The
Okay.
big sphere in the middle of the big palace place that you guys wanted to conjure storms with. That's what he's talking about.
Just verifying.
And just to make it clear, who has the orb now, actually?
I have it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if it's an item that you guys are easily going to switch people, just make sure that when someone hands it off to someone else, you record the taking out or the removal, and you record the item in the other person's inventory. That's
Sweet.
all I ask.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to spend another day here? Or you want to go?
Well, this is an apocalypse world, so there's a lot that we can gather from this world in terms of goods.
Can you guys hear him?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a little quiet.
Yeah, because he's muted on his.
It's muted, but it's actually kind of nice.
There's got to be some type of mage colleges or towers or something here that we can pilfer information from still. They might actually have some information on this shadow person.
Actually, since you're the one bringing this up, perhaps your character knows something. So I'm going to get you to make a history check. Unfortunately,
I'm actually
no
good at that.
advantage or anything, because it's just basic
I
history.
see him thinking, and I will give him a D4. Let's see.
Yeah, he can do. He has the guidance cantrip,
Okay.
and I
He
allow
got a
him to
22
just.
anyway.
I allow him to just add that.
Okay, so
as
that
long
added
as
the
he's
10.
not
Right.
in a fight, he can just add that.
So I'm at 24.
24. You know a lot about this realm. Let me just pull up the Dungeon Master Guide, because there is a little description in here that might help you decide what you want to do. Okay, the plane of water, that's not what I'm looking for. The plane of fire, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, plane of air. You are currently in the city of Aaqa, which is actually, for most people on the material plane, it's not even a confirmed city. It's legendary. It is considered a fable. However, you are here, so you can confirm that it exists. The Wind Dukes, which are Vati, they live here, and they're usually dedicated to law and good. Let's see if there's anything here that might be helpful about the city in particular. Labyrinth Winds. Okay. Fortunately, in the book, the spiel doesn't give a whole lot about what's in the city that would be helpful to me to give to you. So, that means that, yes, they do archive, like any other city. However, the plane of air is more militaristic. So they may have archived things that are related to battles or places of interest that might be good locations for fights, things of that nature. Like if you need to hold off an enemy, here's a good tactical location or whatever. But you can look there. There may be, like, most Aarakocra are militaristic. But there may be some more scholarly types that you may be able to pull for information from when you go there.
Well, we can also go there and gather. If they're more militaristic, there should be more shops in the city that are going to have magical weapons, potentially, or magical armors, or magical wands, potion wands.
Speaking of which, you did send somebody to have a look to see if they could find anything kind of like that. However, he hasn't, he doesn't have a way of contacting you. But you can try to contact him.
Yeah, I might talk to the dad in a minute.
Okay, so just so you're aware. And I also am keeping track of some possible random locations that he may discover that may be helpful to you, but unfortunately, you may have to ask about them. So.
Well, yeah. So I'll make sure with the group. Like, are you guys down to try and stay here to pilfer the world for a while, or do you guys want to just leave?
Are we asleep at this point?
No, you guys are awake. Everybody's awake.
Oh, okay.
Considering Tabaki motioned everybody over to talk to them.
Yeah.
So.
I
We'll
personally
be
would like to
staying
stay
for
here a bit
another
more.
day then pilfer.
Because technically, Tabaki has a point of exhaustion still. So.
Yeah, he
Is
needs
that
to rest.
gone? Because I long rested.
If you have 2, when you
Oh, yeah,
rest, only 1 goes away.
Yeah, sure.
It's so that way, it's to discourage you from staying up for like 5 weeks in a row.
I'm fine staying. I'm fine leaving.
So yeah, if you wanna pilfer, go pilfer a day and maybe find some knowledge if we have spells left at the end of the day.
Does anybody know about that bank that was up front that got clearly robbed?
Yeah, we'd be
Here's-
looting that place.
Well, I'm just
Oh,
curious
okay.
if when you guys stole from it and you clearly took the platinum, if you took the copper and silver as well. Some of my spells require those components.
What components you be needed?
Copper and silver. Some of my
Copper
spells
and
require it.
silver.
Instead of wasting mine, if I can pick some up.
I'd be having some, because I have a bunch of jewelry. Some of them would clearly be copper and silver, right?
You do have jewelry, and I said that the money there's a whole bunch of different denotations, I guess is the word, of money. Like there's copper, and there's silver, and there's even electrum. Yes.
Did you
However-
say electric?
Electrum.
Electrum, which
It's
is
the 5 silver pieces.
It is basically a magical a magical alloy, and they make it into coins, and it's worth, as Ben just said, 5 silver pieces. But either way, you have a bunch. Like when you guys stole from the bank, I put it into platinum and gold pieces, I think, but there are lower demarcations that.
So yeah, if you needed your costs for anything, you could just convert it to copper and silver and whatever you needed. Like
Okay,
when
so
I cast
basically out of that,
Hollow,
like 1,500 platinum I kept from pre-Ben. Part of that's going to be made up of platinum, gold, silver, copper, and these
Yes.
other. Okay. So basically, the bank has been completely robbed.
yeah.
It was like that when I got there.
It's okay, man. There's no judgments here. Actually, I'll judge you for lying.
I was gonna get him to roll, but since Tabaki was upfront about it, then I'm not gonna get him to roll.
I will deliver that line too. And then kind of just shake my head at him. Okay, so are we down to stay and rob? Sounds like that's what we're down to do.
I'd be staying here and trying to learn something about this orb while you're gone.
You're talking to
Yeah, to them. So
She-
if you guys want to go out and loot stuff, he will just Tabaki will just stay and do some spells to try and find out.
Yeah, he has a spell called Legend Lore.
Yeah, which he wants to use. So you guys can go and loot and stuff.
So he wants to try to info gather on this orb of storms, if you will.
Sounds like a good time.
I will send the sending spell to my father then.
Will there be looting?
Yes, I'm trying to gather a location for us to head to. And then I will send a message to him asking if he has found anything in this area, including mage towers, the magic shops, any other banks.
Oh, wait. That was another piece of information I was going to give you. You know that there's a library here.
Okay.
That was part of your history roll.
Okay.
And you
Do I
know that it's here. You don't know its exact location, but it's based on its description, which I will give you in a minute. It shouldn't be hard to miss.
It shouldn't be hard for me to find at all. I have denizens of this realm here. I'm going to walk over and ask them, where's the library?
Fair enough. So you walk over, and you ask them where the nearest library is, kind of nonchalant. And the first person is it's an Aarakocra. And he just sort of looks at you, cocks his head, and he says, and he just sort of points. He seems to be pointing east from your current location.
Talk to a few others to try and get a accurate location. See if this guy actually knows what he's talking about.
Okay, roll an investigation check, just to see if you get one that actually can communicate it a little better.
Shit.
Unfortunately, it seems like most of them don't even understand Common. So,
That's fine.
you even experiment with some of your other languages and they seem confused.
Oh no, I'll just take the next 10 minutes and cast Comprehend Languages on myself using a
sure.
ritual, and then I will go and talk to him again.
Okay. Just a second for that. Okay, so, you can cast Comprehend Languages. They seem... Unfortunately, you still rolled an 8 on your investigation.
Yeah, let's make
So
it
it
easier
seems
to
like
talk to him.
You can
it makes
understand
it.
them.
I would lower the DC. However, you still didn't make the DC. So, you start talking to them. They mostly seem like military buffs. So they're just like, well, I know where the nearest guard station is. If that helps.
No, I need the library.
Yeah, exactly. So, unfortunately, they do not have too much helpful for you.
And I'll send a message to my father asking him what he's found.
Okay. So, you're just going to ask him if he's found the things that you wanted him to find?
And if he's found anything else of interest.
Okay. The message comes through about 2 or 3 minutes past before he responds. You kind of panic for a second, but you realize that your spell actually purchased on its target, so that means he's still alive. And then you sort of wait for a second, and you're like, why isn't he responding? And then, like I said, 2 or 3 minutes after, he goes, sorry, I couldn't talk. I think I found one of the things on your list. It seems like a forge. And he says, but I'm returning now. So he's gonna come back.
Alright, I'll let everybody know that my father is returning, and he seems to have found a forge.
Alright. So that happens.
Okay, so what are we gonna make?
So are you? We're still here, right? You haven't left yet.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're still there.
Yeah. Okay. So before you head out, seeing as I will most likely stay here, I will conjure up some provisions, which is a 3rd level spell.
Your food is really good. I can't wait for more.
So that way I don't have to keep track of rations, because I can make them.
Some bloody bacon.
Oh.
Unfortunately, as part of the spell, it actually describes how the food tastes. The food tastes bland.
You're a horrible man.
It's part of the spell. It's in the book.
No, I'm just saying it's. I'll take one bite of his food and I'm just like,
But you can tell that it contains the nutrients required to sustain any humanoid.
Excellent protein bars.
So yeah,
It's
the rest of
basically
the refugees
space-
will get the rest.
Yeah, it's
Because it's enough
basically
for 15.
yeah, it's basically astronaut food. So, but it looks like bacon and it has red juices coming from it, but it just tastes like you're chewing on grass almost. But it's fine. It's not like it makes you vomit or anything. And you can feel slightly energetic after eating it.
I'm not looking forward to eating
So-
any more of the blood bacon.
So it kind of just tastes like watered out potatoes then.
Yeah.
It's super not flavorful at all.
Yep, watered out potatoes. Potatoes doesn't taste shit, so. Geo!
Hello.
Regular potatoes don't, but if you add spices, then they taste fine.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Watered out potatoes. Cooked
Yeah.
watered out potatoes. Nothing else.
You mean bland, nothing tasting potatoes?
No, blood bacon.
No salt or
It's
whatever.
blood bacon.
Blood bacon. Oh,
Yes,
that sounds
Tabaki
terrible.
has
Tastes
created
delicious.
some blood bacon.
There's just
I like my
slices
bacon
everywhere.
medium rare.
Dripping.
I'm hydrated. If I don't
So,
have potatoes every day,
You know,
You're
I
not
can keep us.
this
You know,
is
I
true.
can keep us hydrated by just saying fountain and holding my dinkard of water in my hand as it spurs water.
yes, you can keep them hydrated. However, he's creating food.
Yeah, blood bacon. I'm scared.
So, yes, Edo-san, I'm just gonna ask you if you wanted to do anything with the dead creature bodies.
Creature bodies.
Is
what
this
do you
a
call it?
DM warning where if we don't do something with them, they're going to come back to life and then kill us all?
I
even
mean,
thinking
maybe,
about that.
but I just wanted to know if he wanted to interact with that scene.
If the dead bodies are like not in the safe zone, then
Oh,
I
these
say
are the creatures that were able to penetrate the safe zone.
oh,
Lizard men, right?
They look
oh.
they look very much like lizard men, except slightly deformed.
I watch Explo say, "Go, madman." You know what I mean, don't you?
He's picking another bear, I think.
Madman?
Madman. I just slowly hold my arcane pouch up and go like, madman. You have like an arcane pouch for your explosives. I have an arcane pouch for my bullets.
Yeah, but mine's better.
Add
Yes.
them together. Madman.
What if we combine them?
I really have to spell it out, don't I?
Yeah.
We're gonna blow them up!
The bodies?
Yes!
Yay!
Can I actually interact with this? Since we're
Yes,
already taking a long rest.
since he's dragging you into this, yes, you can.
Is this before or after the long rest?
It's after the long rest, unfortunately.
Okay.
So, Edo-san, you have full HP and everything else that happens with
I
a long
never
rest.
took damage!
Well, I mean, you have... So spells, anything like that.
I lost 2 second level spell slots way before that!
And now you have them back.
If you want.
You don't have to have him back though.
I mean, you can just not have them if you don't want them.
Of course I want them. I don't want to become a zombie. Thank you, Lesser Restoration.
Alright, so... Are you guys planning on blowing them up?
We're gonna make zombie fireworks out of them.
I'm gonna ask
Well,
you to take this out
The problem
of
is
the room,
that
at least.
if they actually wake up, then they will really be undead, so they should just poof away.
Let's just be safe then, sorry.
Okay, so... How are you doing this? Are you doing this in the middle of the safe zone? That's my first question.
Take it out of the safe zone.
Take it out of the safe zone, kids.
But,
But why, Mom?
yeah, Mom,
Why,
why?
Mom? Why, Mom?
Because, kids, I don't want to mess in my safe zone.
But, safe
Roll an
zone.
intimidation.
No, roll a persuasion. No, be persuasion.
Intimidation.
Roll
See
both.
intimidation, be
Both.
persuasion. I say we help one another. No, that's perception. No, goddammit! Why do we keep clipping the wrong one? There we go. 23!
Oh, you didn't need to roll it. It was Lily.
Oh,
So, does 16... Because it's the same on both. So, does 16 persuade and intimidate you?
I'm gonna let the
based
DM
on
decide.
what?
What? An angry halfling waving around an axe?
I know
I
Lily
forgot
long
about that.
enough. I know Lily long enough that she wouldn't actually do that to us.
Damn it, you're right. You're right. But she still doesn't want to mess in her safe zone.
Lily literally scared some people way back in the campaign because she literally made them think that they were being held hostage.
Oh God, right? Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Don't dick with Lily.
Yeah, but I know Lily longer than now. I've been with her. I've traveled with her.
She was just being Lily, being silly. She had a battle axe, and the people were just afraid of her.
Yeah, there was a great
Uh,
weird.
hostage situation in the campaign earlier.
That was fun.
So I let it go on for quite a while until they decided to contact authorities on her, and she ran away.
Yeah, go hard real fast.
That's what she said.
Either way, so she's yelling at you to not do this in the safe zone. What do you do? I'm gonna let you both decide. I mean,
What can beat an intimidation, by the way?
Persuasion or insight or
yeah, I guess if you want, you
It's-
can roll
it's
insight
insight,
against it.
yeah.
Well,
Boom.
for some reason, Explo is very incitable,
insightful.
insightful today. I only have a +3 on that.
Yeah, and my persuasion just said, "Yeah, I just really want to blow it up, mommy."
Explo goes like, nah, and he starts chucking fire grenades at them.
Okay. Unfortunately, they are dead and they cannot dodge, so their bodies are burning. However, you throw a fire grenade at the pile of leeches, which is one of them, and it does nothing.
Really?
It
doesn't
start
burn
burning?
No.
Okay, acid grenade?
Acid grenade dissolves them. So yes, that did work.
Okay.
Problem solved.
Okay. First, acid. Now fire.
If it's possible, when he throws the fire one and doesn't do anything, I want to try and get up to it before he destroys it to gather some more.
Okay, sure. You rush over, explode. Do you throw the acid grenade as you see him
Well,
running
he didn't
towards it?
know what to do anything. Perhaps he just wants to run past. How the hell is he supposed to know? He's innocent.
I did say wait!
I'm letting explode decide. Do you throw it even though he's telling you to stop? Is he even there?
He looks like it.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah,
Pretty bad. No, there he is.
I was miles away.
Yes,
I
you can tell.
I was just making a Solid Snake reference.
What?
So when you throw the firebomb and it doesn't do anything, I say wait and I hurry forward to try and gather some more of like the goo from the leeches. Do you still throw
Explode
the acid?
still throws the acid grenades, which means you have to roll a dexterity save.
Oh,
You mad.
fun.
You mad lad.
I'll pay to see this.
Well, you take
You take-
14 acid damage.
Delicious. Acid damage.
I back away from the body and quickly.
No, that's inflict wounds. That's the wrong one.
Pay attention.
I'm trying to
You
do
take
this one.
23 more damages.
No,
No,
there we
that
go.
was 23 to hit.
6, 13. So you're back up to full.
Thank you, sir.
Alright. So the bodies are destroyed. Now what?
Guys, you made a mess. I'm gonna go eat something. I expect this to be cleaned up when I turn around. So I don't know. I'm hungry. I walk up to.
Deacon of Endless Water. Let's see, what other functions did it have?
So I walk up to Ben's character, who is Tabaki.
Can I get some blood bacon, please?
Who may? And I will shout out towards the 2 artificers. You 2 over there, can you please stop? You are ruining the great food I've been gifted from my god.
I just point my Deacon of Endless Water at the mess and said, Fountain?
Yeah, so water starts pouring out of his. It looks like a canteen. And it doesn't seem to stop. And it continues just diluting the blood on the floor. Pretty much.
Then once it stops, I just put the stopper back on and put it back in my bag of holding.
Alright. Okay, so shenanigans happened. Next step.
Oh, the shenanigans aren't over. Oh no, there are way more.
Alright. Next step then.
I eat my blood bacon.
Blood bacon eaten. Next step.
Are you guys? Are we gonna loot? Are we gonna go to that one place that Lucy's dad found?
Thing. Yeah, you should go.
Tim, your character's name is Lucy now.
No, it's Lucius.
I like
And
Lucy.
I plan on going as soon as my father shows up.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. I
So
forgot
we're-
that you
So
guys
it's,
were waiting.
We're waiting
everybody
for
gonna
Lucy
go
back?
on a rampage, or is it just Lucy and?
Really depends on you guys. If you want to come, you can come.
I will ask again. Will there be looting?
Yeah.
That's the point. of this.
Explosion.
Is there looting? Is there looting? Yes. For the one time that our son is gonna be in on something. The one time.
All right. So, you wait a couple minutes, and then you hear a few gasps from refugees next to you, and you see the form of the very large fly just sort of approaching the exterior of the safe zone. He's making his presence known, so
You're
he's
not
just sort of walking
creepy!
over.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all I say.
All right, he approaches, and he just sort of looks at all the people that are there, and with his fly-like face, he just sort of tilts it to the side, confused.
What are you confused about?
Where did all these people come from?
A farm. Do I need to
Sufficient
explain the birds and the bees to
explanation.
you?
Sorry?
Do I need to explain the birds and the bees to you?
He goes, all right. And he just sort of accepts it at that point. And he goes, so are we headed out?
You found some locations, correct, or just the one?
Well, I found a forge. Apparently someone was looking for that.
What do you mean somebody was looking for that?
Well, you contacted me to look for one.
Raise his
And
hand.
magic shop and wizard's tower, college.
Yes,
Anything of that
unfortunately, there's no really high towers I would have noticed, other than, well, the palace in the middle.
Just so you guys know, I'm switching machines right now.
Okay.
Is Expo there?
Yes. You
Does he
heard a
know
bunch
where
of...
we're headed?
Yes. You know that apparently you're looking for a library that you're going to loot. Your character might not be entirely sure why you would want to loot a library, but anyway.
Do I know where the library is?
No.
Okay.
Your character does not. But you do know that they also talked of a blacksmith, so there might be some useful things for you there as well. So, yay.
Yeah, but I don't know where they are, so I can't do what I wanted to do.
I will take you to them.
Fair enough, I guess. Is everybody going along besides Tabaki, who is staying behind?
I'm going.
Okay. And I assume
Who else is
Expo is
down for the
going,
loot?
and Edo-san is going because he has to. He's pretty much the reason this is happening. So, even though he's not here, he's going to be forced to go. So, you guys start walking. Let me just think for a minute. Yeah, it's still been 24 hours. So he can fly near you guys and not knock you unconscious. Which is a thing. You are currently immune to the effects of his just flying. Because it makes such a humming, droning sound that it can literally knock people unconscious. So, luckily for you, that effect you are immune to for now. So he starts flying people up, one by one. Because he is considered, I'm pretty sure he's considered large, so he can do that. Even if he was considered medium, he'd be strong enough to do that. So that's fine. He takes you all up to the top of the manhole. Unless if you guys want to go there underground, which he wouldn't know how to get there. Because he has been flying around the city. So he only knows how to get there by air.
I think I'm good.
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool.
So you guys fly up.
Mm.
And you start following him from the ground. Unfortunately, you are not able to fly, and he can only carry one person. So, if anybody wants to ride him...
I will ride him.
Can the two small people ride him as one person? Since we probably weigh the same as one person?
Unfortunately, you
Fat
have...
fuck, Timothy.
You have heavy... One of you has armor that may not be classified as heavy armor, but the armor itself is heavy. And if both of you climbed on, you would probably... He probably wouldn't be able to get the clearance to lift off of the ground.
Okay.
I really don't want to use spider climb this early. I only have 2 level 2 slots. Can he come get us, like, one by one?
The only other option, other than that, is you follow him on the ground, and there's a chance you might run into something that he is way above. So, it's up to you. It depends on what you want to do. You can wait there. However, if you wait there, there's still a chance, because you guys are outside the safe zone.
Wait a minute. Didn't we walk out the manhole in the safe zone?
You guys could have done that, but that wasn't the manhole cover that he left and entered in.
Shit. Really? Fuck.
Because he left. If you remember, he left. He went a little ways away because you guys didn't want to draw attention to your ritual. So he went over there, and then he came back the same way.
I showed him the way.
Yes, you did. So if you guys go above ground, he'll have to take a couple minutes to get his bearings.
I think we'll be fine.
Well, I'm gonna suggest that we walk out the manhole that is above the safety zone. Is that
Okay.
still allowed?
Yeah, since I was kind of vague, it's understandable, so I'll let you guys go back if you wish, instead of going to the unsafe one. If you wish. But it's a group decision.
Ah, shit, wait a minute. Can he actually walk into the safe zone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he, Tabaki specifically used some of his blood in the ritual, so he is able to enter.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, let's go at the safe zone manhole.
Okay, 2 votes for the safe zone, so... and 1 abstained, and the other is not present, so I guess that's a successful vote. I guess that's how that works. So, you guys go into the safe zone. He can carry one of you at a time, so who's going first?
Wait,
However,
is my bear able to lift one of us up to the manhole? Or is he not tall enough?
That's something that I did not consider. He's not 20 feet tall, is he? Because the manhole cover is 20 feet up.
If I say yes.
If you say yes, I will consider you a liar, sir.
Damn it.
Failed this live test.
Damn lie detector.
What kind of bear is yours? Is it a grizzly or a black bear?
It is
polar
a polar bear.
Oh, it's a polar bear.
Actually,
Well, it has the
might be
polar
able
bear
to stretch
stats,
up
but
enough.
it's a mech, so
Yeah,
it doesn't look like a
technically
polar bear.
mechanical. but it has the polar bear stats. So it acts, and otherwise, other than being made of metal and other materials, it acts and looks exactly like a polar bear.
But it has a polar bear skin on the top, so you can sit on it and ride it.
Fair
So
enough. I'll
it's
let him have that.
It kind of looks like a polar bear on that one little square on the top. It's white and furry.
Fair enough.
They don't get very tall. They can get up to like 10 feet would be the max. So like
Okay.
3 meters.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit on my polar bear and I'm gonna command it to jump up and through the manhole.
Okay. It can
Because
try.
I want it with me. I want it with me.
I totally think it could do that. Like based on the stats I was reading.
I don't think it can, but I'm gonna try.
Well, how big is the manhole? Could it fit through the manhole?
Well, it must
through
have.
in order to get in here.
Yeah, so can't they jump at least twice their height? Which would be almost...
Unfortunately, bears are exceptionally bad jumpers. So...
No, they're not.
They can climb, they can't jump.
Can I convince him to climb up to the manhole then?
You can try, however, it will have to cling to the wall. And as it's trying to get to the manhole cover, it would have to reach something that is 5 feet away. So it would have to grip with its back feet somehow to hold out and reach over.
So what do you want me to roll?
You can roll an athletics first to see if it can climb.
So that means athletics plus strength. So that is a +5.
For some reason, my roll 20 is disconnected.
That's not good.
Is a 10 good enough?
A 10? Unfortunately, your bear clings to the wall, and then it gets a little bit up, and then it slides back down.
How in the hell am I gonna get my bear out of this hole?
By having a hole that's not too tiny.
Hey, bro. If there's anything I learned in my life, if you keep putting enough effort and lube, you can get it in there.
Sounds like a personal problem.
In Norway, we say "voll og vaseline."
Yeah.
Violence and Vaseline. Wait a minute.
However, I'm going to say, just to break this joke, we've already determined the bear can fit in the hole.
Got it. I'm gonna use the spell levitate on my bear.
You just made it worse, you fool.
I mean, I already said that it could.
Yeah, but how you said it, you fool.
Okay, so you cast levitate on the bear.
Yes.
Does levitate allow it to levitate infinitely, or just a certain height?
Creature losing object levitation rising vertically up 20 feet, which you just said was the height of the tunnel thingy.
It literally goes up to the manhole cover and then goes onto the ground.
Hell yeah, boy.
And it can float 20 feet above ground until the spell ends.
I'm not gonna do that.
So, while my roll 20 is loading back up, because apparently it disconnected for whatever reason. Okay, yes, it does say 20 feet, so I can see it now. Yeah, everybody's on top side. Now the issue is, how are you guys going to transport to the location? Are you going to all ride the large fly-like demon creature? Or...
No, that would be over capacity.
Yes.
Would
I
it
mean,
take? How long would
one
it
of
take?
you at a time. He can
How
only
long would it
take
take?
one. Based on the distance, it would take him 10 minutes to do one trip. So go there, come back. It would take 10 minutes at least.
And if he
Okay,
were
so
to
it's like an hour.
if he were to guide us there,
You would have to walk on the ground,
mm-hmm.
and there would be risks of encounters along the way.
Well, I got something that can say a big fuck you to blockades. It's called, Explo should know it, the Cone of Freedom.
Are you gonna use that on my bear?
No, like, if there's like a blockade, pew,
Oh yeah.
what's blockade?
So, what if Erasan, Explo, and Lily rides on my bear, and I just forgot your name again. Erasan sits on my bear's head, and he's on the front, and we will stealth. Will that mean we can do one stealth check for the whole group since we're all riding on the bear?
I would say it would be based on the bear's stats first.
Which is 0.
Second, it would be a disadvantage because he has a bunch of stuff on him.
Okay, let me say this. I would go stealth only because I have a +5.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Dex
still gonna
buddies.
ride my bear.
It keeps
Well,
saying that I'm disconnected from the server. I don't know what's going on.
Weirdness.
I'm gonna ride my dad.
Fair enough.
That sounded so fucking wrong, man.
Yes. Next
I don't
time.
care.
Yes,
He's
you
carrying me
do.
all the way.
Oh god. You don't know how
We're
bad
just
that
jealous.
sounds.
Enjoy that mental image, everybody.
Oh god, no, get it out of my head.
It's even worse because his dad's a giant fly.
No.
And you have to remember, he has that
Stop it.
super long, like, mosquito nose. Like that long, thin, no girth.
I want you to come in my mouth, Daddy. I'm sorry, Matthew. You just got demonetized.
I wasn't monetized
Did
in
I
the
just
first
break
place.
Geo? Is Geo broken? Didn't mean to break him.
There's too many sex jokes. Let's continue. Yes, he is going to be flying in the air atop his father. You guys.
That's not how I said it.
Yes, I know.
Don't you dare change the subject, Matthew.
Either way, who is on the ground and who wishes to ride the bear? Because
I'm
the bear
riding
is
something or someone.
the bear is capable of carrying more people. First of all, because it's on the ground. Second of all, because it's a machine.
And it has massive movement speeds.
Plus, it has even the stats it's based off of. It has quite a bit of strength, so it can lift you guys. So who's on the bear?
Ho!
So I assume Lily's on the bear. Explo's on the bear. The only other person going is Edo-san. So is Edo-san on the bear, or is he walking solo?
I'm sneaking around the bear because I have a better stuff than the bear, hopefully.
Yes. All right. So.
Because I can still jump like a grasshopper.
All right. So Lucius's father, I got it right that time, is flying in the air, and Lucius is on board. And he needs to re-find the location of the other manhole, since he is in a different location. So, I need, not this book, I need this book, to base his stats off of what he actually is. It's before this. And it's before these. So hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Just before this. There we go. In the right section. Okay, there he is. He has a perception. Oh, his perception is a special stat, and he has +5. And he nat 20s it. So he only takes a relatively short amount of time, and he refines the location. And you guys are following on the ground, which means that there are buildings and stuff in the way that are not in the way of your flying companion. He does stop and wait if you guys get stuck behind a building or something. However, that is not the only obstacle. There are undead in the streets. So, I'll give this one to you. There are undead pressed up against the barrier of the safe zone. There's a couple of them. They're just sort of pressing their faces up against it.
Is it like a dome or something like that, or a fishbowl?
Just one giant cylinder just shooting up.
Okay.
It's not a cylinder shooting up. It is a dome.
Okay. So flying things can't attack us, in theory.
No, it's a closed dome.
Yes, it's a closed dome.
Just think about the Simpsons movie.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
So if a flying undead appeared and tried to get into the dome, it would still land on top of it and not be able to go in.
Unless they have super glue and can get to the top and jump through the hole at the top.
Which there is none.
Oh.
So, either way, it's not like an infinitely extending upward thing, unfortunately. Yeah, you guys, I'll give you that one. You guys managed to get past them. They're sufficiently unable to pay attention to you due to their current predicament of trying to walk and not being able to and not seeing an obstacle. So they're just sort of pressing and mushing themselves up against this barrier that's invisible. And I'll say that you managed to get past them. However, that does mean that they know where you are, the ones that are there. So I need you to make a stealth check to see if when you walk past them, they stop tracking you. And anyone who's on the bear, unfortunately, has to roll with the bear. So it's the bear stats.
Let's see.
Dexterity, so 0.
00 fail on the job. I rolled an 8.
Could have gotten on the bear.
The movie for 00 fail, instead of shooting the sniper shoots him. That's the easy joke. Anyway, that was a bad joke.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the bear manages to get behind a building, and the undead don't notice. However, Ado-san, you notice that you seem to have a tail. So, it doesn't look like a very intelligent tail, but it's still reaching out towards you. Looks like some sort of humanoid. The skin was long gone. It's just muscle, sinew, exposed, and it's just sort of reaching towards you and trying to get you. It appears to only have one arm, however.
Just used my gun to hold it at a distance, like, no, stay away. No.
It can, if you only use your gun to try to make it go away, it's going to try to attack you.
I keep it at a distance, like, it can't reach me if I just hold it by the stock.
Unfortunately, that's up to the dice to decide whether or not it hits you.
Okay.
Because technically, a square is 5 feet, so your gun is not 5 feet long. Unfortunately.
Fuck.
So
I'm in trouble. I can do one thing.
What if it's a punt gun? If you know what
He has a sniper rifle, So it's well, basically, it's a long musket, which it's still not 5 feet long.
I can just throw bloody firebolt in its face. It's silent-ish. Well, more silent than my gun, that's for sure.
Yes, your gun would attract every undead within 5 miles. So
Yeah, like
um,
just turning on a radio just somewhere in the middle of the embedded city.
or it's like those pipe bombs from Left 4 Dead.
15. Straight for the gob.
Okay. 15
That's a 10.
hits the creature.
Bruh,
Yeah.
you have a plus
And it-
11? Dang.
I have brain power.
Okay, it takes 10 damage. However, now it is its turn. And it's going to attack you.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. 13 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, it tries to smack your gun out of the way to try to reach you. Unfortunately, it does not succeed. So you get another turn.
Hiya.
Those both hit. And luckily, with whatever your choppy chop is,
My hand axe.
all right, you have a hand axe. And
Yeah, I had it from the start.
yes, I know. I knew that you had it. I just didn't know what specific weapon it was.
Yeah, I had a
Even-
silly mode. I was naming everything silly things.
Okay, so I'm just gonna check something here. Okay. Okay. It has. Okay. Fortunately, this is the same number. So it took. Yeah, unfortunately for this creature, anyway. You chop its arm off with the first attack, and it has no arms to be able to attack you with. But it still tries to bite you, and you slice its head in half, and it just sort of falls to the ground inanimate.
And reunites with the group.
Okay?
Reunited and it feels so good.
Does it?
Sorry. I don't know.
Exactly. So, I need both of you to make another stealth check before you arrive at your destination. At least one more.
Ooh.
Dude, you're fired. You're fired.
It's
Or
my beer.
canceled.
It's not
You're
me. It's my
canceled.
beer.
That's what
Okay,
the dumb
watch me.
kids would say.
Watch me. I'm gonna be worse.
Well,
Okay,
you
no.
did better. However, you still both fail. As there's a large. I'll describe it this way. You guys pass by an alley, and you hear a strange sound coming from it, which sort of spooks Edo-san and Lily, we'll say. And the bear makes a stumbling sound, which echoes loudly. Because it sort of stumbles a little bit as Lily sort of reacts, and it tries to keep her on it, and it stumbles a little bit. And you hear what sounds like something mildly hard slamming against stone coming from the alleyway.
Is that one of Explo's toys that may have popped off?
You can ask him.
Expo! 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 Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! Expo!
What?
I hear a tick, tick, tick. Did you drop something?
Expo looks into his bag of holding and He pulls out the clockwork toy and says, "No."
Okay, I think we're being followed. Or at least there's a living clock behind us.
Edo-san, you hear the noise too.
Can I do anything to identify what it might be?
You look into the alleyway where the source of the sound is. It's completely dark. You have dark vision.
Yes, I do.
But make a perception check. It's still hard to see.
15.
Is it based out of smell?
It is based off of sight.
So no smell.
Unfortunately, the whole place smells like undead, so your bear couldn't differentiate between one undead smell and another.
No, that's just mean.
However, you look into the alleyway and you see the source of the noise. There is some things small that are running through the alleyway towards you guys.
Acid grenades are silent, right?
Tick,
Unfortunately, anything with the word grenade in it is loud. Unfortunately.
Well, I can use my cone of freedom, which is mostly an energy force blast for my gun, which is just like a giant trumpet.
Oh wait, Edo-san, you recognize what these things are, but you don't know what they're called or anything. These are the things that were animated after they stomped on the heads of those Erokokra that were dead. They're little pieces of bone and muscle tissue just sort of strung together, and they're running along the ground.
Is there a ladder or something I can just grab on and just hold on, just like hanging into there like, no, I don't want any of this?
You can make a perception check to see if you see anything that you can climb up on.
18.
There's a rope dangling off of one of the nearby buildings that you could get to probably before they reach you.
Go to it, grab it, tug it to see if it's sturdy.
It seems sturdy enough.
Grab on and climb up.
Alright, you start climbing up. What are you two doing? And the bear?
I will command my bear to just dash towards the demon.
Okay, so you're running away.
Yep.
So, the nearest thing, unfortunately, is Edo-san.
So I'm riding on the bear still?
Yes, you're on the bear.
Oh god!
Which
And
has
it just
40
starts-
movement speed, which means 80 in movement when it dashes.
Yes. And these creatures cannot move that fast, so they will not be able to catch up to you. However, Edo-san is the closest thing. You start climbing the rope, and you see the things on the ground. There's about the equivalency of a swarm underneath you. You're currently climbing the rope. And they each look different, slightly. There's ones that are mostly made of bone and little connective muscle tissues at the top. Some of them look like they're only little points of bone at the ends of their little tips that they're using to run. Some of them look like they're made of complete flesh and they just sort of wiggle around like octopi. But there's a swarm's equivalent underneath you. You might be muted, so you can't respond.
We're all gonna die.
We're not gonna die.
Yeah,
We're
you
far
guys
away.
are far away.
Was that for who?
That was for Edo-san, who
Yeah.
hasn't
Oh, yeah.
responded yet.
Oh yeah, I'm here, but distractions.
Okay, you have a swarm's worth. Has anyone ever played? I think it's Dead Space 2, where they have the little creatures that are like little spiders.
Hell
and
yeah.
stuff?
Hell yeah.
You basically have a swarm's worth of those little tiny things beneath you. Some of them
Which
are
mean-
like walking around like octopods.
I'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
Some of them are little
exactly-
bone spiders, basically.
Which means if you
exactly
get any
know
of them
what
on
you
you, you have to spam E to get them off.
Yeah. Aerosol is just rapid climbing, just like, nope, none of this shit for me.
And like I said, there's a swarm's worth underneath you.
Hmm.
Okay. You begin climbing. I'm gonna need a roll for me.
If you say that the rope is gonna break, I have
No.
something up my sleeve.
Unfortunately, that is not what I'm rolling for. Some of the little octopodal looking ones, they sort of leap up and they grab onto the rope and they start climbing, but very slowly.
Are you guys following me?
No, they ran away.
Oh no, we're far away on the bear. Should have
Okay.
gotten on the bear, bro.
As soon
Next
as
time.
they knew that there was a threat there, the bear ran.
Okay, I get to the top, hand the rope, throw it down. Goodbye,
Okay.
shitters.
You throw it down, and I'll make another roll. Okay, they're trying to climb the wall. They're not being successful at the moment.
How high am I up the building that I just scaled?
You're about 25 feet up.
The next building that I can just jump to, because I love my spell jump.
Alright, if you cast the spell jump, you can get to the next building.
Bounce. I'm just going to Hulk building jump over, following the fly man.
Okay, fair enough. And since this is happening now, I need one more stealth check before you reach your destination.
Me or
Both. The bear and you.
Lonnie, can you just do a normal D20? I'm in the kitchen.
of course another 8.
No, Lonnie is muted. I'm not sure if.
I will do
Yeah.
it for Lonnie. She went out to get our kid. Give me
Yeah,
a
it's
second.
just a normal, natural, normal D20. No pluses or minuses.
I got it. I should
What'd
not be
I
rolling
get?
dice today. I should not be rolling dice today.
Oh, so a natural 1?
No, 5.
It's better than my 2.
Alright, so you guys are running down the street, and Edo-san is jumping across buildings. I'll give Edo-san, you seem to notice that the weird creatures that were following you are not following you anymore. They apparently, once you gave them the hard obstacle of a wall between you and them, they weren't able to get you. So they lost track of you, and you don't see a huge swarm in the street. However, as you guys are going, I'm gonna need Edo-san. I'm gonna need Lucius. I'm gonna need Lily, and I'm gonna need Explo, all to make perception checks.
Oh boy.
Ooh, exciting.
And yes, Lucius actually gets a chance to see this. What's
Oh
happening.
no.
And depending on who sees it first, might help you.
16.
If anyone sees it at all. So
Damn it, hit the wrong thing. Oh no, I did. Never mind.
You hit the right thing.
I'll roll for Lonnie.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately she has to take care of a child. So
Yep.
Well,
Does she have a
that
character sheet up?
sounds pretty
important.
bad. Yeah, but how you say it sounds pretty bad.
Well, I'm glad
Well, I
that
mean,
she's the one doing it.
unfortunately she isn't here to roll, is what I mean.
There she goes.
Fortunately for the kid, I mean.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody's watching her.
However, so here's the first thing that happens. So Lucius, you're riding on the back of your father, and you're just sort of looking around, keeping an eye out, and you see what looks like a weird flying creature, sort of a group of them, two or three on the front, and maybe 5 or 6 behind that. They're swooping towards your companions on the ground.
I will point. I'm going to point this out to my father. Hey,
okay.
Back there.
He looks back and he says, "Oh, not again.
What?
These things tried to attack me before."
Are they like, how far away are they from me?
They are approximately 100 feet away from you.
Okay. They cluster together?
The 3 in the front are, and the 6 in the back are. However, the 6 in the back are about 20 feet away from the ones in the front, so that's 120 feet to hit them. If you're planning on hitting them.
I was thinking about it.
And they're sort of in a line. They're like, it's sort of like a flying V for birds.
Are they in a line that I can hit them with the lightning bolt? All of them?
Not from your current angle. They're in, like I described, kind of like a flying V formation. And from the angle that you're currently at, you're facing the front of them, so you just see a line of them.
Okay. Then I'm going to just cast Fireball in the midst of them.
Okay, are you aiming at the ones in the back or the ones in the front, or are you trying to hit them all? What are you doing?
Well, I don't think I can hit all of them.
What's
they're not
the
all within 20 feet of
radius
each
on
other, are
the
they?
fireball? What's the radius
20
on
feet.
the fireball? 20?
It's
might...
a 20 feet radius, so it's 40 feet across.
Yeah.
So you can hit them. It's
Okay,
possible.
then I'll try to drop the fireball in the middle of them and do an air detonation.
Okay. Sure. So that is a dexterity saving throw. I think, anyway.
Mm-hmm. That is 17.
1,
Son of a bitch.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the ones in the back. 1, 2, 3. However, the ones that succeeded still take half damage, so roll some damage.
Jesus.
Alright.
Alright. So 31, so I think one guy.
Yeah, that's...
And 15 to everybody else.
Okay. So, they take the damage, and they sort of... One of them falls from the sky. However, the others, singed by fire, start swooping towards Edo-san, who doesn't notice. However, it's now 5 in the back. They are now swooping towards the ground, which Explo and Lily, you guys both notice there's a... It looks almost like a very small flock of birds is swooping towards you. However, they look kind of strange and fleshy.
Okay, I'm gonna do something mad. As I'm just
Wait,
jumping,
you didn't notice them.
going.
You
Oh,
didn't
okay.
notice them. You
Okay,
rolled
my
too
bad.
low. That's okay.
Oh, Explo is gonna throw acid frisbee So that's
Sure.
2 bomb charges and 2 dexterity saves.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for the first one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for the second one.
So DC is 17. Which means I hit 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And the 4 that does get hit takes 14 plus 22 damages.
Okay, great.
With
So
whatever number that is.
By some shit.
What the heck did I miss?
Oh, you died. I'm sorry. I couldn't
Liar.
save you.
Liar.
Deception!
10. She doesn't believe me.
I'm not even gonna roll insight. You rolled a 10.
You could roll an 8.
Quiet.
You could roll a 9.
You could roll a 1.
Bruh.
Either way, here's what's currently happening. You're riding the bear, and you see these weird flesh creatures swoop down from the sky.
Are they delicious? Can we eat them? Can we eat them?
We can
No.
You don't
try
know
if we
what
kill
they
somebody.
are. You don't know what
Nope.
they are, so you don't know if they're poisonous or not. So I'll say you don't know.
Okay, wait. Lily was a paladin, right?
Yes.
She's the only one that can eat them.
If she's immune to disease, then yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paladins do
Oh,
get
that's
that at level 3. Oh, yeah. Or 2. Either of those 2 levels.
I believe I'm immune to disease.
Which in the
Yes.
past we may have forgotten, and she may have gotten it and then had to cure herself, but that's fine.
I believe at this level because it's by level.
Oh, Lily should have gotten it way earlier, like at level 3 already. From
I don't remember.
let me
Yeah,
see.
it's DM Bane stuff.
Yep, level 3.
If you have a disease that you want to inflict on the party, then you can't do it to paladins. It's annoying. Anyway.
Yeah, they're like bulletproof.
Wait, I'm sorry. I heard you say it's fun.
You can choose to hear what you want to hear. Either way, so there's weird fleshy creatures swooping down from the sky. However, he just murdered some of them. There's, I think, based on what just happened, 1 or 2 left? I think 2. And they're swooping down towards you. You have a chance to act, if you wish.
How close are they getting to us when they swoop down?
They're going to get within melee range.
Okay, so once they're in melee range, I'm gonna like, like my halfling would do.
So I didn't kill any of them?
You killed like 3 of them.
Not too bad. How many XP do I get?
Unfortunately, you'll have to wait. Yeah. What are you doing when they get close enough? Are you running?
I'm going to attempt to attack with my battle axe.
Okay, swing. I think it was Mel Gibson in that movie, Swing Away.
I don't know, I'm not a movie
from
buff.
the Highlander?
No, the movie Signs.
Ah, that one.
Oh, I don't remember. I did see that one, though.
I think you get 2 attacks.
I thought I got more than that.
Attacks.
I had 2?
Yeah.
Oh,
Swing
snap.
again.
I only have 2. I thought I had another one. Okie doke.
Because you're using a shield, right? So it's
Yes.
1 hand. Yeah.
Okay, the 18 hit.
Wow, 8 damage. Yeah.
So you massacre one of them, including the fireball damage, is what I'm going for. So the 8 and the fireball damage manages to defeat the creature. And it just sort of falls on the ground.
Yay!
By the way, these creatures kind of look like worms with wings.
Ugh.
Okay.
And you
Like
still
Earth-
want to eat that?
Like Earthworm Jim? She likes eating.
Kind of bigger than Earthworm Jim. They're considered, they're halfway between medium and small. So I guess they're considered small, but they're still quite large compared to regular worms.
Let's eat them. Or maybe not eat them, I don't know.
And they have these weird fleshy bat wings attached to them. However, the next thing that happens is Edosan, you are suddenly attacked because you didn't notice them. So, you are attacked by 3.
What the hell?
1, 2, 3. Wow! So, does 19
Does
hit?
my expression even need to tell you more?
Okay, then 19
None
hits.
of them hits then.
I look sad face. Of course they all hit.
Alright, the worm-like creature was flying like this towards you. As it gets close to you, it sort of curls around and it has its back end towards you. And it attempts to grip to your mouth, which it succeeds in doing. And it causes damage.
Bleh.
Oops, I am clicking the wrong things here. There we go. You take 18 damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, this is bad.
You feel something enter your throat.
Guys, I didn't know we were into that.
Chest burster. Chest burster, you're done. Chest burster.
No, I can't. Good thing I have lesser restoration. Fuck your shit.
Roll to see if
However, you also take 18 and 11 damage as the other ones just sort of grip to your arm and you feel like sharp teeth bite into your arm.
These are
Oh.
like I have
what if
witnessed
Erasan
this-
doesn't have a gag reflex? Does he still take the damage?
I do
No.
have the gag reflex.
Do you?
Unfortunately, in order to save from this, you had to succeed the Constitution save, and it entered your throat too quickly.
Yay, I'm already down half health.
That's what she said.
Alright, so now we get to roll for initiative.
Oh fuck, Arasan is gonna die this one.
Am I the only one who getting some major flashbacks from my ex?
Does she swallow so quick?
I made her puke once.
Dude, ease up a little. God damn, man. She's giving you that look of desperation in her eyes. Let her pop up for the later.
I have no comment.
Be courteous.
Not aggressive.
Be courteous, Pre-Ben.
Be
Courteous while you're having sex.
Isn't it?
Norwegians don't do that.
Sorry for you.
So you guys are just savage Vikings?
Most of the time.
Okay.
God damn.
If
So,
they allow it.
who are the people who are not in the initiative order? Which is Explo and
I forgot to click my token again.
just enter
Where's
your
the
token
token?
and I'll fix the numbers.
I rolled a 13, but it says you wanted to send the results of this, but it didn't take.
Yeah, I see the 13, but
Here we go.
Okay.
I need a token to add to the thing. Otherwise it'll be blank.
How do I put a token in?
You just click your token and roll initiative and just edit it. That's what I do, at least. There's probably a smarter way that Giovanni could tell you, but
Just click token, click initiative, and should be in there.
Wait, where's the token?
That's the thing, you drag it on the
bottom,
board.
middle, kind of bottom, on the bottom of the map.
Well, you guys are in an unfortunate situation. I rolled max.
Yeah, you haven't gotten a token, so I can just add it for you if you want. It's the one next to the frozen person. Or you can just roll and I'll put it in, whatever you want.
Next build.
There is a token here that has his name.
Next build. The bloody paladin that says fuck you to all the rules.
Oh, he already rolled token. Yeah.
Damn it.
Okay. So, Edo-san.
I'm waiting.
That's all I need to say.
That's all I'm waiting.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
2 of the 3 miss. Somehow.
Yay!
Nice.
You take 14 damage as one of them bites on your arm. You're
16,
starting to feel a little nauseous.
I have 16 hit points. I'm just gonna let it rip. I'm gonna vomit.
You'll have to attempt to do that on your turn. However,
are you bulimic, sir?
What?
Are you bulimic? Because if you are, you should get like advantage on your roll.
No, unfortunately, he's not. I mean, if he wanted to add that to his backstory, he should have done that when he made the character. So, yes, there is one more. I forgot about the other one. That is attacking... Well, it's attacking Lily now. 25 to hit.
Miss.
I assume that hits.
Deception! Yay!
Lily takes 11 damage, and she needs to make a Constitution save.
If it is the disease can back the hell up.
It is not a disease. Alright, she just barely fails. Lily feels something enter her throat.
Wait, hold on. Did you add her charisma modifier?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, at, let's see, 6th level, the paladins can add their charisma modifier to their, let's see, where is it? Here, Hour of Protection. Starting at 6th level, whenever you or a friendly creature within 10 feet of you must make a saving throw, the creature gains a bonus to the saving throw equal to your charisma modifier. A minimum of +1.
Okay.
So that's what I'm double checking right now.
Yeah, it's whoever's within 10 feet of Lily.
Okay, is
Lily
that
itself.
added, or is that just her basic?
I think she has it added, I'm sure. I can check.
I can check, yeah.
Lily, you're muted, or
Yes,
Lonnie.
it was added. I thought Tim left his on, so I apologize. Yes, it was added.
It's for all your savings throws.
I think she has it added. So
I'm just gonna double check just to be safe.
don't worry about it.
Yes, she has it added to all.
Okay. Wonderful. Something enters her throat. As this thing is currently, the bottom of this worm-like entity opened up into a hole with weird sharp teeth that grip the side of your face and just sort of...
Well,
My
now
child
I'm
is beckoning me.
definitely
I'll be back
getting
shortly.
flashbacks.
Holy crap,
Okay.
we really have some face huggers.
So, Unfortunately, it is Lily's turn, and she just left.
So you will take her turn then.
I told her right before she left she's gonna be here. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Otherwise, Lucius, you can start describing what you might want to do on your turn. You see that your allies are currently being harassed.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. Is there anything I could think of? Like, is it the face hugger still on my mouth?
It is still connected, and the way it's connected is it has these weird jaw-like appendages, if you will, on the front, and it just sort of hooked itself into your cheeks, which caused 11 damage.
So, could I? Oh, my cheeks! Could I try to pull it off of me?
Yes, you can, kind of like a grapple. However, that will take your action.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Ah!
So it's athletics.
Okay.
And these things have an automatic number for you to have to reach.
20.
Which you did reach. So you managed to pull the weird teeth out of your face. You have 2 large bleeding holes on either side of your face.
That's fine. So I have it. Can I attempt to attack it? Whack.
If you can do something with your bonus action, yes. Because it took your action to do that.
Because, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong, but every time, like, every attack I get, I could use the grapple. So since I got it on the first try,
you can replace a grapple with an attack. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could have grappled it. But unfortunately, you're removing a grapple from yourself, which takes an action.
Yeah, undoing a grapple takes an action.
I gotcha. I will attempt to attack it next turn. Maybe. Alright, cool.
Okay.
You can try and scream #me too at it and see if it changes anything.
#me too!
So it loses its job?
Even if you yelled it in character, it does nothing. It doesn't understand language, so it doesn't care.
I spit on it.
Stupid entities.
Alright, Lucius. You see that your allies are currently being harassed.
Alrighty. So are there any of the enemy in a line that I can hit them with a lightning bolt?
Unfortunately, no. Unless if you want to hit Edo-san.
You wouldn't mind, would you, Edo-san?
Well, I am literally at the lowest of my low hit points of 16.
You're not
fine.
Gonna survive that.
Just make sure you don't insta-kill me.
Yeah, that's a possibility. That's why. Hold on.
Well, my max hit points is 77, so if you were to damage me for...
No way he can do your max HP. It's impossible. But you will probably down.
If you can do over 94 damage, I would be dead.
Not to the
I can't do
lightning
that.
bolt.
Perhaps at a higher level it would be possible, but I don't think at his current magical capacity he could instantly kill you. Even if he rolled max on the dice.
How far are they from us?
Your father, as soon as you pointed out that there were enemies there, he stopped in the air. And at initiative count 0, he'll be able to do something. If you want him to.
Yeah, I'll tell him to go over and get closer.
Okay.
Because we're still about 100 feet from everybody, right?
Approximately, yes.
Trying to see what I can do. There's not really a whole lot that I can do, unfortunately. Shit. So how many are still up?
There are currently 3 enemies on one of your allies who is currently separated. So that's a consideration you might want to make. And there's one on two, well, technically 3 of your allies, if you count the bear.
Okay.
Of course we count the bear.
I am going to just direct my father to get us closer, and then I'm going to hold my action to cast a spell when he actually gets me within range.
Alright, I'm just going to, since you are aware of your father's movement, I'm just going to let you know what the movement is and what his maximum movement will be. And then...
Can he get...
Then you can decide what spell specifically you want to hold.
Can he get me within 60 feet?
He should be able to, but I'll just
as long as he can
give you the information here. Because I'm flipping between 2 things here. But that's okay. Here it is. His flying movement speed is 60. So, unless if you tell him otherwise, he's going to move as fast as he can.
So he could actually get us directly on top of him if he does double movement.
Yes, if he double moves, yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell him to do double movement, and I'm going to hold my action until we're there, and I'm going to try and have him, if possible, set us up directly above, at least 15 feet above 2 or 3 of them that I can hit in a 15-foot cone from above.
Okay,
so
sure. You can do that. It's very easy for you to do that, actually.
Sweet.
But you have to wait till initiative count 0, so that's when that will happen.
Yeah.
So, Explo, you see that one of these weird creatures attach itself to your companion's face. What do you want to do?
Blow it up.
Fair enough.
I like it.
Alright, 14. That's 14 damage. Okay, it needs to make a saving throw, which I'm pretty
Dexterity.
sure.
Don't I also need to make that?
No, he's not aiming at you. He's aiming at a different one.
Well, I guess Lily kind of has to because it's a 5-foot radius.
Okay. Lily, dex save.
She's not there.
However, the creature is...
Yes, she is.
The creature is on the ground.
She's just muted. Yeah.
And no damage if you save?
No damage.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so the creature is defeated, and she manages to move out of the way. However, Lily, you start feeling nauseous. But unfortunately, it's not your turn, so you can't react. However, Explo, if you have anything else you want to do with your turn, the bear, anything?
The bear is going to dash away.
Okay, fair enough. Edo-san, you currently have 3 things on you. They are all grappled to you, or an equivalent. They're attached to you, is the technical term.
I am gonna shoot the one on my face.
And as you're moving, the other 2 are attached to your arms, so as you're moving your gun to try to aim at it, they're moving around, flapping wildly with their wings.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, roll to hit.
I just
However,
need to make
it
sure
is within 5 feet, so you have disadvantage. If you're using the gun, that is.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I have a super gun.
Sure, but you still have to roll to hit.
Super gun.
Luckily, 17 does hit.
I rolled it. That's a 3 on my roll.
17 hits, so go ahead.
Burger the hell off, beast.
Alright, that thing just explodes. However, it's like the part that you aimed at, it blew up the wings and the main part of its body. Its teeth are still attached to your face.
Then I am going to just get to the floor to the rest and then just yell, "Need assistance!"
Alright, as he yells, "Need assistance," Explo and Lily, you see him on a rooftop with this thing covering his mouth and 2 things currently flapping right next to him.
Well, the one thing covering my mouth is now into pieces.
Yes, you see like a partial creature to his mouth, to be fair. Because the teeth are still attached to your face, and the tube-like body it has is still partially there.
I'm gonna give myself more AC just to be safe, and I'm gonna get down to them so that they're close and in range.
Okay, so you're jumping off the building?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
do have jump.
Okay, it's been within 10 minutes, I'll say 3 minutes. So how long does jump last?
Jump last. Easy. A minute, god damn it.
So unfortunately you don't have jump, but you can still jump down if you want. However, you are about 25 feet up, so you'll take 2d6. Yeah.
I'm trusting you guys to save my ass.
Why
done it
would
before.
you do that? Why?
Because I'm crazy and I'm desperate. I'm nearly dead.
Doesn't that happen on your turn?
Wait, if I jump now, then oh god, they could murder me. Next turn, I would have so many brain aneurysm.
How much money do you have? Can we res you?
Is it worth it?
How much money do I have?
Do you have enough
I-
for a res spell?
I have enough. I have 500 platinum on me.
Yeah, jump.
Yeah, that's enough. You're good. Jump. We got you.
You better yeah.
Yeah,
Save
you're gonna
me.
have just
Nope.
enough to res you. That's all it's gonna be left over. But I mean, we'll bring you back.
Or we can just keep the platinum to ourselves.
Hey, we can split 400 platinum between all of us. Okay.
Or you guys could just level up until you get the spell where you can resurrect people who died 100 years ago. You could do that.
Yeah, you can just cast what was it called? Gentle repose onto me.
However, it's your turn, so are you jumping or not?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the crazy madman that would do that.
So you land on the ground. However, since this is quite a high jump, unfortunately you cannot lessen it. You take 10 damage. Are you still standing?
6.
Great!
It's more than one.
So you can move. You can run around down here.
Yeah, you're fine, buddy. You're perfectly healthy.
Lily, save me!
Damn it. We can't steal the platinum now. We have to come up with another plan.
Well, the creatures could kill him. To be
We
fair.
just wait.
I would just move over as close as I can to Lily.
Okay. They're on a
someone
bear
bring
that's
him to me.
moving. They're on a bear that's moving 40 feet, double moving. So then 80 feet. So you move closer, but they're moving fast. Alright. So it is
I'm fast as
initiative.
fuck, boy.
Alright. So it is initiative 0. And your father moves you close enough so that way you are hovering directly over Erosan.
All I need to do is just survive 2 attacks.
Let's see if that happens.
AC 19, save me.
You are
Ooh.
over his character, so what do you want to do? Do you want to do what you were doing before, or you're held
I
back?
am going to cast Burning Hands.
There are 2 flapping on my arm, so flappity flap flap.
Unfortunately, it's going to hit you too.
I hope you roll above a 17.
What do I need to roll?
I am going to roll it at a level 2.
So it's a dexterity.
Yeah, so roll.
Please,
higher
hippity
than a
hoppity flippity
17.
floppity.
Ooh. Oh, you're gonna get hit.
Okay,
Gonna
let
be
me
66.
1.
46, sorry.
That's what the creatures rolled.
God damn it, really?
How dead am I?
So they'll take 5, he takes 11.
Oh,
They're still
Yeah,
just
that's-
barely alive. Just barely alive, unfortunately.
Oh,
However,
I actually will. The last thing I do after I cast it and I see that I did more damage to my party member than I did to the enemies, I'm actually going to kind of like slump my body against my father and just sigh in slight defeat.
okay, Edelson, you are unconscious.
I'm screaming!
Internal
Platinum for
screaming.
everybody.
Internal screaming, please, so we can move on.
Hey, cool. So I guess we're all going to come up on about 100 platinum.
Yes.
Here's what
Lily
happens,
will
however.
defend my honor.
The creatures detach their teeth. Technically, they could have automatically just bit him because they were attached already. However, they detach themselves, and they see that there is a new threat that is currently moving, unlike the threat that they just took out. More like breeding ground that they just took out. So they're going to go after that. So they fly up. They have a movement speed of 40, so they can get to you. And as you're slumping back in defeat,
God damn it, when I see them.
however, one rolled an 8, and the other rolls a 24. So that's neat.
Are they trying to hit me or my dad?
They're trying to hit you,
God damn it.
because you're the source of the flames, and they're attracted to heat.
Fun.
So
Gnomes are cold-blooded, right?
perhaps.
Just
Sure.
asking.
Yeah, gnomes are cold-blooded. That's why you guys have so many like wool blankets on you.
He's asking for a friend.
I mean,
Okay,
the
so-
blankets get cold too, you know.
More blankets.
Lucius takes 12 damage and needs to make a Constitution save. You feel something slimy slide down your
I
throat.
am not rolling well today. When it goes down my throat, I'm going to scream out, "No! It put something down my throat." I didn't want to swallow. I didn't want to swallow.
This is going worse than I thought.
You should have warned me. You should have warned me.
I will scream out, "Why didn't you say something? You always say something before you do it."
You always make that weird noise before.
Where was the face?
And you always
Where was
make the face. You always make that weird face.
Where was that vinegar face? Where was the vinegar strokes at the end?
Oh God, why?
Okay, this is going horribly, and
You
I'm
guys are
loving
weird.
Demonetized.
I'm more laughing at how badly this might go for you guys, depending on how this goes later.
I want you to know one thing. If our characters die, I can make up one hell of a character that's hell.
I look forward to it. However, that
You're
may not
asking
happen.
us to not save Arizon then.
No, do save him.
Yeah, he likes his characters, but he also likes making new characters.
So I can
It
have
is
both
currently
ways.
Lily's turn. However, 15 feet in the air is where the fight is. So can Lily even do anything?
Well, yes, yes, she can. Like, save her buddy that's right in front of her.
Okay,
Oh, yes,
so
there's that.
well, I'm on the bear. Where is the bear in relation to Arasan?
You are about I'm going to say 40 feet away. You can choose to jump off the bear. However, you will not be on the bear, is the consequence of that.
Okay, so if I hop off of the... Is the bear heading towards Arson or not?
He's running away. He was running away from the threat, which was swooping
Smart
towards
little
you.
bear. Okay. Hop off the bear.
Alright. Bear hopped off of, and you are 40 feet away.
Walk towards Arson, my movement, which is, I think it's 35. Let me double check. 35.
So you're 5 feet away. If
Right.
you have a distance healing spell, you can use it, but not cure wounds, I don't think. Cure wounds is touch, I think.
Lay on hands as well.
Oh, I do. I just don't remember. Not cure wounds. What was the other one?
Healing word. Do you have healing word?
Do I have it prepared?
Paladins don't have healing word. If I'm yeah, I'm correct about that.
So you do not have healing. So unfortunately, you're going to have to wait another turn because you're going to double move to get to him, and then you're going to try to heal him next turn. Unfortunately.
Doesn't she have?
That's also an action.
Doesn't she have orb of Orbiness?
I don't.
Nope.
Is
No,
lay on
Lucius
hands,
does.
Is lay on hands an action or is it a bonus action?
Action.
It's an action.
Action. Okay. All right. So I still have the little thing that I had in my hand, right?
What's this little thing that you have in your hand?
The thing that I pulled out of my mouth, the face hugger.
Explo kind of blew it
The
up.
creature,
So no.
Okay, cool.
The creature is dead.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So then I will double movement over to him. Just another
Okay,
5 feet.
fair. You still have the little holes in your cheeks, and you see that Erosan still has the face hugger's bottom still attached to his mouth as he's unconscious on the ground. But you just reached him. So,
okay, so I have reached him, and hopefully I will save his life.
fair enough.
Scene.
Oh yeah, don't forget to fix yourself up by Leon Hensing that thing out of you.
I'm down like 11 hit points. I'm fine.
Lucius.
Yes.
Lucy.
It is your turn. You currently have a thing on your face, and another thing attempting to bite you.
You like it on your face. Sorry.
Hashtag no homo.
Out the orb.
Okay, you take out the orb. I heard that. I don't hear you saying anything else.
He doesn't need to say anything else. He just takes up the orb.
Sorry, I thought that Lonnie had left hers unmuted. So I will pull the orb out, and if possible, I'm going to cast Burning Hands again, and just straight at the thing on my face.
Okay. So you're attempting to cast Burning Hands through the orb?
Yeah, I want to see if it will allow either more damage to go into this thing, or everybody within 20 feet to cast Burning Hands, and we can finish these things off in one quick thing.
Okay, here's what happens. Instead of the Burning Hands being a small little cone, it is a perfect circle around you. However, it is not a sphere, so it's just a flat circle around you.
Okay.
But it still hits the creature, and it hits the other one that's attacking you. So, or at least it's trying to. So...
I'm going to have regular 1.
Okay.
First
so
level.
They're going to try to dodge, of course, because that's part of how the spell works. Natural 20 and 19.
God damn it, dude.
They still take half the damage, so...
Yes, they do.
They take half the damage, so they're going to take 7 damage still each.
And they fall to the ground.
Also, my father should technically have to... Oh, no, never mind. He's a demon. He's good.
He I'm gonna stretch it a little bit and say that it was a flat circle around you, so it was sort of like a plateau, and unless his wings were in the way, then he wouldn't get hit by it anyway. So.
Well, as a demon,
He's
he's immune to fire.
Is he? Is he now? Is he?
Isn't he just resistant?
Yeah, he's
Even
resistant to fire.
Well, even resistant, this low damage shouldn't be enough to actually penetrate.
Yeah, so it's fine. He's fine. He didn't get hit, I'm gonna say. So, it is still initiative order, because unfortunately someone is in a very dire strait.
Beep,
So,
beep, beep, beep.
Lucius, I assume you have nothing else you can do with your turn.
Well, the only other thing, if like I have a move action, it would be to try to stick my finger down my throat to make myself puke. The thing that just went down it.
Okay, you can attempt to do that. That is a Constitution saving throw.
Now, here's the question before I roll. Do I want to fail so that I actually do puke everything up, or do I want to succeed so I cause the thing to leave?
You succeed to cause the thing to leave.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you activate your gag reflex and you instinctively don't want to do that, so you stop halfway and it doesn't work properly.
I'm very upset.
Alright. You start feeling nauseous, by the way.
Shoot a fireball inside your mouth. That'll work.
Do
Going to be next.
do a history check to see if you can get pregnant from swallowing.
Okay.
Wow.
It depends on what it is, buddy, because if it's a face hugger, for sure, and the end result of pregnancy, not good.
Okay, Explo. It is your turn. You're
Does
on your
Explo-
bear. Are you running?
Does Explo notice that Lily jumped off the bear?
Yes. She didn't.
Well,
she
he's
wasn't
gonna-
thinking about it, so you notice.
He's gonna go, for fuck's sake, and he's just gonna order the bear to dash over to Lily and Giovanni.
Okay. The bear does so. You are at them. However, it took its full movement to get there.
Yeah.
Like, it took
And
its full
then
movement and another movement, so it can't do
Expo
anything
is
else.
gonna jump down and do cure wounds on Erosan.
I did. Lesser restoration would also be nice, but okay.
I don't have that.
You would,
Yeah,
mate?
Artificers choose their spells, so maybe he just didn't take Lesser Restoration.
Okay.
I did
'Cause
not.
they do have other spells that they can choose.
I know, but I think that those spells are kind of important for artificers.
Oh, for
Well,
fuck's
you're
sake.
one, and he's one. How many Lesser Restorations do you need?
12.
Apparently
so you
a
take
lot.
12. You take 12 healing.
Wait, a 9?
You have a +9 on your healing?
Creature touch gains the points of equal to 1d8 plus your spellcast modifier, and occurring to my... Oh, that's my spell attack bonus. Damn it.
That is your
Forget
spell
about that.
modifier as well.
What?
That's your spell modifier as well.
Spell attack bonus +9, it says.
It's your
No.
spellcasting modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So
correct.
the maximum you should have is like 5. Also, we shouldn't have said anything. Should just let it free. Matt should have been the one to say something.
Are you sure about that, Lonnie? Because I'm doubting that as well.
What? What's the ruling here?
+9.
I'm gonna check and see if something's broken on his sheet. That's my current...
Please do.
How did I miss that?
And if it is broken, just leave it.
Yeah, his spell attack bonus is 9. And his spell save DC is 17. Let me just check something here. It's not like his intelligence is a modifier of 5, which is what his spell bonus would be. Like the thing that would add to it. So it doesn't appear to be broken. That's actually what it is.
Nice.
I could say something, but should I? That's the question.
No.
No, bro, don't.
No, bro, shut up.
Tim, can you get that?
One second.
I don't think that is only. I think that's based on. I think he has something that's adding to it. I just don't know what.
Well, it's not the only thing I've seen today, but that's fine.
Let me see here for a moment.
You should check your own things first. Just so you...
Yeah, I am doing that as well.
Is everything broken?
No. I just noticed a few things, but it's not a problem.
Okay. Whatever. It doesn't ultimately matter because it's only
It is his proficiency plus his intelligence modifier.
Oh, proficiency. There you go. That's the answer.
Proficiency plus your spell modifier. So if he were to have a 9, that means he has, because he's the same level as us, being level 9. We have a 9 proficiency. It means he has a 20 in intelligence.
Yes.
Oh boy.
He does have a 20 in intelligence. So yes,
Okay,
it is correct.
Yeah.
Expo is a smart little boy.
He's book smart. That's what I'll end that on.
Hell no, fool, he's street smart.
That would be wisdom, technically. So, yes, you heal 12. All of that. I thought it was correct. It didn't look incorrect. And it is correct, so, yes,
Yeah.
12. You heal 12.
Just gasps for air.
Alright, so currently 3 of you are feeling really nauseous.
Just get the hook thing out of my face, chuck it aside, and then...
And since it's dead, it's not offering any resistance, so you don't have to roll, so you can just remove it.
How many hit points are you down?
I went just from 0 to 12 for my 77 total.
Yeah. Okay. I will give you 35.
It's not your
turn it's not your turn yet.
Oh, we're still in combat? Sorry.
As soon as you got healed, exit initiative order.
Okay.
Because that was the thing that was important. To see if they got to you in time.
47, and as soon as I'm awake, I just go, Lesser Restoration.
Okay. Cast Lesser Restoration on yourself.
To get that fucking thing out of me.
Once you're done casting Lesser Restoration, let me know how many hit points you have, and then I will lay on hands.
Lesser Restoration doesn't heal me. No, it just flips off anything that's bad inside me.
Okay. You still feel nauseous.
Yeah, because last time, I remember with the sleds, we did it as well, and then it worked.
Lay on hands for 30.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work.
Oh, fuck. Okay, time to vomit.
How does lay on hands work for Arasan?
Well, it's a natural one, so technically I vomit.
Technically, it's to succeed to remove the creature.
The fuck.
So you
Too
do
bad,
vomit.
Arasan, you have no gag reflex.
You vomit. However, the creature is not with whatever went down your throat. You assume is not there because it's just blood meat.
Fuck more.
So did you take the 30 hit points?
Yes, I did. So I also just gonna keep trying to get that stupid thing out.
Unfortunately, after 3 turns pass with you having the creature in your within you, the time for vomiting has passed.
Ah, fuck. Okay, Lily, your operation skills are needed. That means 3 operations.
Yeah. Okay. So I still have 15 points of lay on hands. If this is a disease or whatever or poison, I can nullify it.
It is not classified as a disease, nor is it classified as a poison.
That's what I was assuming at this point. Okay, so what do you want me to do? Do you want me to cut your tum-tum open?
Wait a minute. Are we out of initiative?
Yes.
Oh.
And
Well,
you are the only person other than the demon that is currently not affected by this.
Well, I'm
I'm
pretty
affected too.
certain that me and Lily can perform a C-section right here, right now. No problem.
Right now.
What do I have to roll to cut his belly open without killing the guy?
If you were to attempt to do that, which I'm not saying you are yet, so, if
Do
you were to,
Erasan allow me to cut his belly open to get the thing out?
if
Oh,
this
yes.
is happening, let me get this out. If this is happening, you're gonna have to roll medicine checks.
We're
Okay.
gonna
Well,
And
operate
it's not
one
just
another.
gonna be one.
I have a +3.
Because none of you are medical doctors, so, none of you have the background of being a medical doctor, which is a possible thing I would have given you.
Hey,
So
wait
you
a
would
minute,
have
wait a
had,
minute,
like-
wait a minute, wait a minute. I have a great idea. I will make Erasan swallow one of my flashbangs.
What?
Okay.
Why?
Because they don't take any damage, so if the creature inside fails the dexterity save, it will be blown out. One of the
His
ways.
rectum.
One of the ways. Either the mouth or the butt.
I'm gonna allow this if Erosan allows it.
One side of his mind is like, no, this is not good. But this maddening madness says, do it! And that side is winning.
There's a constitution save for both Giovanni and the creature inside of his tummy.
All right. You succeed. You don't do anything. And notice that I'm not rolling. It does not work.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, it has moved to a different location in his body.
Well, I guess there's no choice. We have to make you a eunuch now.
What?
You get some things chopped off, root and stem.
What?
Root
I'm
and
gonna
stem.
turn you into an Andy now.
I feel like I need to shoot someone for this.
Anti-Erasan! Anti-Erasan!
Your name's going from Erasan to Era daughter.
Our daughter.
Slowly raises gun.
It'll be quick, I promise.
Puts barrel on Explo's face.
Expo smiles, holding his rapiers.
Time to send you tumbling, my buddy. Because I can send you tumbling.
Well, do we suck it out like
Tumble,
snake
wumble,
venom?
wumble.
Sorry?
Do
What
we
did
suck it out like snake venom? Is that a
Where
thing?
are we gonna suck it out from? I'm curious now.
No!
I'm gonna get you to make a medicine check.
Yeah, because there might be something weird on me.
Me?
Yes.
A 6. I have no idea.
A certain Explo could give support.
Yeah, you could give her advantage.
I help.
Okay.
Cool. Oh,
7.
really?
Okay,
Sorry.
I'm helping.
even with this low of a roll, you notice something. You see something, a weird little bump on Erosan's skin, and when you look at it closely, it moves and goes away.
So Erson just goes like, yeah, smack.
Where?
Ah,
Where on
shit.
his body?
Yeah.
Specifically around where the sternum is near the bottom of his rib cage.
Is the bump
Okay.
still there?
As soon as it seemed like as soon as you started to focus your vision on it, it moved
To where?
deeper in his body.
Oh,
Don't look at him. Does anybody
It
have
was on the surface level, and then it just sort of went.
Does anybody have extra eyelids so we can pretend like we're not looking at it, but then actually looking at it, like camels?
All right. Here's what needs to happen now. I need everyone here to make perception checks.
Oh shit, of course.
Matt, can you send Tim another invite?
Oh, did he get kicked out or something?
Yes.
Okay. That's why he wasn't contributing. Okay. Fine.
That's an 8, and the only that one that notices is Explo.
Well, we'll see. I haven't looked at that.
14.
I'm looking at a different screen. Okay. Unfortunately, no one notices the thing.
Lucy hasn't rolled perception yet.
Oh, he hasn't rolled. Okay. I can haul up his sheet.
Yeah, Tim, you want to make a perception?
Yeah, 1 second.
Oh, let me mute my thing.
Sorry, I had a phone call I had to take.
That's okay.
Perception. God damn it, I'm not doing well today.
Well,
Okay.
You do have
No
a
one
plus
notices
1.
the thing.
The roll guides do not like me.
Well, since everybody is infected by some unknown force, Explo is gonna try to convince everybody to run back to the safety zone, and hopefully the things inside the people will just explode.
Basically, duh. That's a good idea.
Yes, okay. Bolt.
Along the way, I do want to continually try to make myself throw up to see if I can puke the thing out.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm guessing that
Go ahead.
Erosan finally
Oh, okay, so
decides to get on my bear.
Yep.
I'll just
Yes,
As soon
well,
as you
my
guys
bear will.
start walking away, you hear a voice.
saying, well, hello there again, son. You've looked better, but I'm afraid I don't lie. So I'm gonna viciously mock him, because I see him again.
Erison, just the moment he hears your voice, just sticks his fingers in his eye, in his ears. He's like, nope, not hearing you.
Make a
Nope.
wisdom
La
save.
la la la.
However, it's a spell, so wisdom save.
Because I took this thing, I didn't have it the last time. Oh, okay, you saved.
You do feel him, some sort of spell try to wiggle into your mind. However, it doesn't work.
Yeah, but my mind is like, nope, blop. La 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 la.
And you see this cloaked tiny person wearing a huge squid on his back that's shimmering.
Excuse me?
He's wearing a huge squid on his back.
Squid,
That's
like an
shimmering.
octopus.
Yes, that's shimmering. Like when you look at it, it starts moving slightly, obscuring. And he will approach Lily and say, "Looks like you have some trouble. Why don't you try this?" And I'll fling over a orb your way. The orb of healing.
Do I recognize this guy?
This is Howler.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah. How else do you know he's mocking me? And
I
Erison
knew
going
you.
like, la 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 la. So Erison just,
Thank you.
as soon as he tries to finish his mockery, just stops for a moment, turns around and says, I'm warning you, I got stronger. and deadlier.
Noticing it's Howler, she runs to him and like unintentionally grapples him. If she grapples him, like,
No. Elsa's gonna try and stop her and tell her we have bigger problems right now.
Yeah, I've seen your attempts at leading the army, so I'm well aware.
No, not that. We are literally having problems that are inside our body.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you witnessed. Just for context, Howler, as you were sneaking up behind them, which is what you guys were rolling against, which was his like obscenely high stealth check. You noticed that he was like swallowing a grenade, and this weird light emanated from his stomach, and it didn't do anything.
Some smoke got out of his mouth.
Yeah, basically.
Matt, how reflective is my shield? Like, could I use it as a mirror?
It's made of a metallic substance. However, you haven't like polished it in a while, and it's quite dull. But perhaps if you polished it, you could do that.
So
Okay.
to respond to Gio's question, I will say, well, I'm back here saving your ass again. It seems like you need it time after time, and I will hand Lily the orb of healing.
I was like bent over my father, trying to shove my finger down my throat to constantly make myself puke. Who's that guy? Ugh!
Maybe him first, and I ask Lily if you want to try and cure him with the orb.
Which orb is this? Because his character
Orb
had the
of
old
healing.
Orb
It's a
of
different
healing.
one. Lily hasn't seen it before.
Yeah,
Okay.
you haven't seen it before.
Does she has to attune to it, or does it just
No.
work? Okay.
What do I need to do? Just use a healing
It
spell?
amplifies healing spells.
So if you
At
try and
least as
cure
he
him,
describes it.
with your 5 points, it might. I mean, we created the creature by the similar.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
He literally created an NPC by doing this, so it can do things.
I will try it.
All right, what are you attempting to cast through it?
I will try lay on hands. I will try 5 points of it.
Okay. You suddenly see this emanation of light coming from this orb, and it's silver. It's basically looks like liquid silver, except you're gripping onto it and it feels solid. But when you move it around, it sort of flows and ebbs like liquid. And you just sort of grab onto it, and this soft glow emanates. And unfortunately, someone needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. If you're within 10 feet of me, you get an additional +4, I think.
Is the giant fly considered one of your allies? Do you consider it an ally of yours?
I don't know. I would assume.
Okay, giant fly gets what bonus? Sorry.
+4.
Okay, +4. That will help him because his Constitution is +1. So, okay. As soon as the healing light emanates from it, he just sort of retracts slightly and falls to the ground, prone.
Cool. I'm on top of him, so how does that? Or he's carrying me. I don't know how exactly that goes.
You fall to the ground, prone.
Cool. I'll pick myself up and immediately keep trying to puke.
Okay. As the light touches you and any character who has this weird problem, the entity begins to be pulled out of your body. It sort of gets pulled through the skin slightly violently, and you see what looks like a very small little creature with very many tiny tendrils emanating from it. It kind of looks like... Has anyone played Plague Inc?
Yep.
It kind of
Yeah.
looks like the Nurax worm.
So, Erson says this. Lily, line him up.
Line up.
Line him up.
As you say that, however, it doesn't seem like she has a control over this, and they suddenly just sort of drop to the ground, and they scurry away.
Oh
Is
no,
it
I'm
possible
not.
before they
I'm
go
not
to
letting
hit
them
some?
get away. Oh no.
If you're going to attempt to grapple them, it's a grapple.
Oh no.
And they have dex.
I'm gonna do worse.
I think we're both gonna do worse. Do we have the
Okay,
same
You
kind
nuke
of
him.
idea?
I shoot him.
Okay, dex. They have high dex. That's the only thing that they
Too
have.
bad. It's strength.
So 17 against the grenade.
Which is a save. And then there's the strength save.
Okay, it rolled a 13. And it takes 7 damage?
Ghetto. Yep.
Okay, it splatters.
I'm
However,
gonna
one
do-
of them manages to get away, but if you're attempting to capture it, is that what you're doing,
No,
Lucian?
I'm just gonna murder them all.
I'm asking Lucian.
Okay.
If it's possible to grab one with Mage Hand, I would.
I'll say that it's a grapple check using Arcana rather than Strength.
So just make an Arcana roll.
Yes. And it gets to use its Dex, which is 8.
Wow. Wow.
Woo!
You catch it in your little mage hand. It's about this big. It's a little
Does
worm.
Explo see that Lucy catches the thingy?
First of all, I tell you,
Are
don't
you
call me
attempting-
Lucy.
Are you attempting to do
Before
this
you kill
stealthily?
it, wait.
You're muted, Tim.
I know, but they can hear me through you.
Yeah, we can hear
Yep.
him.
Yeah.
I'm
Are
loud.
you attempting to do this stealthily, or are you just going to tell them? That's my question.
To who?
To Lucius.
I would grab it and pull it to me with no real stealth. And if I see
Okay.
somebody trying to do something, be like, wait!
Yeah,
Like,
you
just
have
look and study
you
it for a
have a
minute, and
very-
then we'll kill it.
you have a very crazed elf pointing a weapon at you, and you have a very almost equally crazed but in a different direction gnome with a little bomb in his hand.
Can Explo see the color of the worm?
It's,
Elson is not caring. He wants those things dead.
it is
And we
brownish
will.
in color.
What? Brownish?
Yeah.
Well, Explo just takes his frag grenade and puts it back in the satchel and just goes, well, I guess it's a brown baby boy.
Oh my
And it
god.
has like a bunch of like probably about 80 little tiny tendrils hanging off of it.
Kind of looks like a normal newborn.
Elson
Can I
just
pull out my
Elson
scholar
just
pack,
watches that
Matt.
thing with just burning eyes. He wants to shoot it.
Wait a moment.
Just shoot it.
And I'm going to sketch the thing and then take down as much information as I can
Okay.
about what it is
Sure.
before trying to crush it with the mage hand.
Right
Okay.
there in the street.
Yes.
All right. So we're sort of
If we want
drawing
to do
it.
this while we're moving, that's fine. My dad is asleep, so we got to get him up.
Oh, he's awake.
He's
The
not
problem.
prone.
Yeah, he was knocked prone. The problem was that healing orb, whatever it did, it almost hurt him very severely.
And
Whoa.
Lily, if you wouldn't mind, I like the shiny orbs.
To give it back.
I
No,
look
wait,
pained
don't do
when
that.
that happens.
Bruh. It's Howler. He's the real MVP.
Well, Explo don't know this guy, so he's gonna try and pocket pick the orb out of him.
Ooh,
I'm
he's
going.
a rogue, by the way. So good
Explo
luck.
does not know this, and he likes the orb.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Against my perception.
Yes.
Beat that, you fool.
Yes,
Oh,
of course
shit.
he will.
As
Freaking howler.
for my pocket, I pull out. No, actually, I don't pull out any weapons. You don't see me wearing any weapons. But I put my hand towards your neck, and a dagger appears out of it on the side. And I tell you, if you try that again, you won't be alive for much longer.
He basically
just goes like-
he basically has an Assassin's Creed hidden blade.
Explo puts his hands up in the air and says, "You remind me of my stepdad."
I will just kind of point my finger at Howler and kind of have lightning playing on the tip of my finger.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be mad at him for playing the same game you do.
Oh, I mean,
Technically, he currently is in my party, and while you helped us, I'm not just attacking you for putting a blade to his throat.
I haven't attacked anyone. I was simply defending what's mine. And besides, I find that very rude of you to make such an assumption. Have I ever taken anything from you?
Oh.
Well, I don't know you, but clearly Willie does, so I don't know that.
Exactly,
If you have or
Lily.
not.
Tell them what a great person I am.
He's Howler. He's like some admiral or commodore of like an ocean.
Grand
Jackass.
Admiral and I bow.
I'm sorry, did you say you're Grand Admiral?
Grand
Of the what?
Admiral Howler of the Aquan Sea, and I bow again.
Oh, and I'm gonna like discharge the spell and then like put my hands out in a giant like bow back to you. My apologies, Grand Admiral. I am the
Hold
Grand
on.
Can you say that again? I didn't hear.
So I stop the like, lightning charge at my fingertip, and I'll put my hands out and bow towards you and say, "It is in good meetings with you, Grand Admiral." I am a Grand.
God, really? Really?
No,
Hey, what's happening? What are you shooting?
Straight up in there to get their attention.
I had the lightning bolt like playing on my fingertip.
No, Tim, Geo is shooting some.
Oh.
Please
I'm
don't do
shooting
that, Gio.
Straight up into the air.
Okay, you're making a shot in the air. So,
He's not throwing away his
next
shot.
thing that you guys need to do is make perception check. All of you who are currently here.
Okay, so sure, I'll make a perception.
Alright. Howler. As he just shot in the air, sure, it startled you. But then you noticed that there's some sort of weird noise coming from down the road a little bit, and you see what looks like what looks like an army or a swarm of these little creatures that you've been avoiding that are running across the ground.
Can we
And they're headed your
GTFO?
direction.
Yeah, we're gonna GTFO.
Well, currently you don't know about it.
I
Unfortunately, he's the only one who sees them. However, Edo-san, you hear.
You just
the noise.
shot up in the air, so I'll hear what you have to say first.
Howler is a bloody hell liar. He's no admiral. He's just common crook thinking he can own everything that's just laying around.
But he's my best friend.
Well, I do currently have 2 chips under my command, more to come. So if any one of you need a crew, I can get one for you. I'm looking for more captains. And besides, you do realize you just shot in the air in a hostile city. Now everyone's coming, especially from that direction. And I point towards the old.
Everyone looks, and you see the huge swarm of these little pieces of flesh that are animated somehow that are running in your direction.
Hey, Matt. So as soon as Geo fired in the air, my character does walk over, smack him in the back of the head, and then walks back to my father, gets him up, and like, we gotta go.
Okay. So Edo-san, you get smacked in the head. It's not a damaging one, so I'm gonna let it go.
This is more about you idiot.
What, you didn't want to listen and you were just sucking up a story?
I will hide from the storm.
Why did you bring down the entire city on us?
Howler is gone.
You don't
What?
see me anymore while you were arguing.
You see what I mean? He just disappears like that, always.
Fuck no, Explo was gonna ask him something. Fuck.
I'm gonna get on my dad and tell him
Steve?
onward to the blacksmiths.
Okay.
Yeah, Howler will also
You can
follow
attempt
that
to
direction.
perceive Howler. However, Howler has rolled a 30, so good luck. But you can still try.
With a +3 in perception?
Nope.
Nope.
Finished into the coding of this world.
Can Explo do an Arcana to see if he used some kind of magic to turn invisible?
Yeah, that would make
Sure,
sense.
I'll allow it for now. When he was standing there, you noticed his cloak that had this weird, perhaps squid or octopodal creature on his back, and it was obscuring light slightly. So yes, part of his ability to hide so well is because of this item.
So he's definitely still in the area.
He ran away, like you heard his footsteps, but then when you turned around, you didn't see him.
Did he run away?
Yep.
Ah,
Told you
damn
so.
it.
Told you so. He's a crook, just a common crook taking whatever he wants.
Well, I grew up amongst those crooks.
Once again, I didn't take anything. I helped you, but yeah, sure.
Oh, sure. You didn't take the rank of Grand Admiral or take ships that weren't yours. Sure.
Earned that. I
Also,
was actually.
Out of character, what the fuck is Howler doing there anyway?
Well, I've talked to Matt about that earlier, so he has a reason if you question him later. But
Oh yeah,
Lily,
we even
get the
recorded
torch.
some of it. It's not
Yeah,
my fault you guys didn't pay attention.
I know. I remember it. So, Lily, get
I
your
know.
torture equipment and go after Matt. Yes, she wants answers.
Well,
Yeah.
you will get those answers
Answers.
if you
Well-
ask him.
Anyways, as Explo noticed that the guy goes completely invisible and runs away, he just motions out in Thieves' Chant, I'll guess I'll see you later then?
Howler
Maybe?
has a high enough perception to notice, like, from his hiding place, he's been watching you guys for quite a while, actually. So, he's looking at you guys, and he notices that you speak Thieves' Cant.
Thieves can't what? Sorry.
Thieves' Chant.
I know.
so yeah, I'll talk with them later. For now, I'm just interested in seeing where the demon is going.
Okay. So they start heading towards. I guess the plan was they were retreating towards the blacksmith.
Well, that's where I'm gonna tell my dad to go.
Okay.
I thought we
So
were just getting out of here.
I
Yeah,
thought we
we're
were
getting
going
out
to
of
the
here.
library.
We're getting out of here. We're not ready for this.
The first area you guys are going to, because you know the exact location, or one of you does, is the blacksmith. At least that's what I figured you guys were doing, because everybody agreed to it.
Oh,
So-
Yeah, but we are knackered. We are literally knackered.
You're knackered.
Yeah, everybody else is down a
Fine.
few spells. Either way, you guys need to make a stealth check to see if you can lose your tail. However,
we doing
Howler
this-
already lost it.
Are we doing this jointly, or is it still because I'm on the bear rules its thing?
If you jumped back on the bear,
Who's,
then it's
who's
the
on the
same.
bear?
I'm on the bear.
Because I'm on the
15.
bear, so...
Yeah, Aristotle
Anyone
is just
who's on the
going.
bear has to roll with the bear, because unfortunately the bear is the thing that's touching the ground and making noise, and also,
7.
like...
So
7.
Okay.
I'm also stuck to my dad's roll. Since he's carrying me through the air.
Well, technically, everything can see you because you're like 30 feet in the air, as long as they look up. So, unfortunately, you have nothing to hide behind up there. So,
no, I get that, but it would also be like, hey, Dad, fly up a little higher, goddamn.
Yeah, well,
Probably.
unfortunately, there's nothing to hide behind. So, if they're paying attention, they can see you.
So I guess the question is, are they paying attention to us?
The question is, are they making more noise than you? And they're closer on the ground. There isn't very many flying enemies. So...
I'm good.
Yes. You're good for this.
You guys are fucked.
Alright. So...
Turn his belt. No.
Yeah, he's already made his roll. He's good. He vanished into the alleyway of some building, and he's gone. The demon lands on the building and turns and looks to see if everybody else is making it. Everybody else is making it there, and Erosan manages to duck inside the building. However, the bear is making a lot of noise, and the creatures are chasing him.
I will say to Explo, everybody get off, send the Explo down the block, like 1 or 2, and then circle back.
Wait a minute, how far were we away from the blacksmith when we took the stealth roll?
You were approximately 50 feet away.
Okay.
When the stealth roll mattered.
So, what if you just... No, I'm not gonna abandon a bear, but... I'm gonna... When we get past the blacksmith, do I notice that we're being followed?
You hear, like, the noise, because they're stone roads. So the bone-like protrusions from some of them are making clackety sounds as they're following you.
Okay. So I just kind of grab Lonnie, and then I jump off the bear, and I command my bear to be like a decoy and just move away from them.
Okay, so
just
here's
lead them away from us.
Here's what's required for that. You're both going to need to make stealth checks to see if the creatures notice you.
Myself and...
Oh, yes. For fuck's sake.
Unfortunately.
Why?
Okay, so you guys start walking towards the building. However, a contingent, I'll call it, of the creatures turn off and continue following the bear. The rest of them start coming after you.
Okay.
How big is the puddle?
How big is the what?
Well, they're moving in like a huge swarm, right?
Yeah, it's a swarm. It's considered a swarm.
How big is a swarm?
A swarm is over 1,000 individuals.
But it's like one entity, right?
It's considered one entity, but it's consistent of over 1,000 individuals. So if you're hitting like one of them, then it won't do any damage. It'll be considered 0 damage if you like hit it with a sword.
So what you're saying is that I can throw an acid grenade at it?
Yeah. If it's an AoE, yes, that's what AoEs are for. They're really good against swarms. Okay.
Dexterity save 17.
Okay. Since it's a swarm.
23 damage straight in the face.
Alright. About half the swarm depletes, so you assume that that took about half its health. However, the rest of them are still coming towards you. And unless you guys react this turn, we'll be in initiative, unfortunately.
I will cast Burning Hands if will help take out the rest of them.
But Burning Hands? Isn't Burning Hands a touch attack? Or a touch...
No, Burning Hands is the one where they go like this.
It's like
the wizard goes like this, and it spreads a bunch of fire.
Oh, yeah, do that, please.
Okay.
Kill
so
it
they
with
need
fire
to roll
before it
dex.
lays eggs.
They're rolling dex. Are they rolling dex?
Tim, what are they rolling?
They have to beat a 17.
What?
Dex.
Dexterity? What kind?
Yeah, dexterity.
Dexterity.
Okay. They nat 20'd it.
Oh,
so they still take
shoot!
damage.
Really?
They still take damage. Because natural 20 doesn't matter when they're dodging.
Cool, so 4 damage.
4 damages.
Total of 4 damages. They're still up. Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, let me see if I have a spell that I could utilize on these guys.
Jesus.
Are they like undead or some stuff like that?
They are considered undead, you assume, just based on the fact that they're like fingers and toes of random creatures, and they're just sort of crawling across the ground. So, yes, they are considered undead.
How
Very
far
busy.
away?
How far away
Are
are
they?
they right now?
Yeah,
They
how far
are
away?
20.
How far away are they from me currently?
You are in the building, which you can pop out and look, and from you, they're 50 feet.
Okay, well, time to lay down the pain. Just open the door, take gunner position, and oh no, that's not a good one. That's the good one. Release. 19.
Alright, does that target a single creature?
Well, I can shoot. The bullet is one thing, but the other things added to it is just one crazy line.
Yes. However, is the bullet target one creature?
Yes, it does.
Unfortunately, you kill one of them. However, there's still like 499 left.
Let's see.
Good job.
Let's
Oh,
see.
and
Matt,
3,
by the way,
9,
Matt?
10, 16.
I would have told my bear to, when he lost his tail, he would have circled around to the blacksmith again.
Okay, yeah.
16 of the damage is the line that just goes straight through everything. The bullet might stop, but the line keeps going for my max range.
That's
Okay,
true.
you're aiming down. You're aiming down in order to hit something. So it hits the ground immediately after it hits the first creature.
Okay. Well, damn.
Because you're much taller than what they are. You're aiming down.
Crap.
To hit them.
Are they in a line though? Like, are they in like a?
No, dude, they're a
big
swarm.
puddle? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, they're in a big kind of puddle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I-
considered a single creature.
Yeah, so I'm just saying from ballistic standpoint, even if he's shooting down with his gun and he hits and it's going in a straight line off of that back, he would basically cut a line through the horde with his bullet. So even though it attacks one creature, it would actually affect multiple things with how ballistics works.
Yes, but unfortunately, with how the mechanics of the game work, he can only target one creature with his
Yeah.
attack.
Okay, so
So-
can I do my thing?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Turn unholy.
Okay, sure.
They're 20 feet away, so they need to make a wisdom save.
Okay, great.
Can you target people with
DC 16.
that? Come on. Do you get to target people with that?
No.
Okay.
Really?
Does that affect demons?
It's a bunch of fingers that are reanimated,
Oh, yeah,
and they
I wanna
only
know.
have a
That's what I'm
minus
saying, it's
2
gonna
on a
affect
wisdom
my
save.
father as well.
They are considered a swarm, so their intelligence is compiled. Unfortunately.
Wisdom.
Wisdom, yes. Same
On
thing.
a -2, they got a 17.
So unfortunately, you do see a reaction. They stop for a second, like less than a second, and then they continue.
Okay,
So
so
something happened. Okay, Howler, you are nearby.
Matt,
is
you still have to make a roll for my dad.
we're running through.
I do.
What?
It would affect demons as well.
It does. I mean, sure, I can do that.
Well, does it or no? Money.
Turn unholy.
I just posted it. Read it.
Fiends. Yeah, fiends. So yes, he is considered a fiend.
Whoopsie daisy.
That's okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
no kidding, whoopsie daisy.
I mean, you were doing a very useful thing. It's just that you didn't take into account that there was also somebody else nearby
Yep.
who is
But-
affected
Whoopsie
by it.
poopsie.
Guys, I got to go. It's getting late
Wisdom.
for me.
Bye, Geo.
Yeah,
Got
see ya.
time.
Well, at
Wait a
least try
minute,
to resolve this before.
Wait a minute. Is it 2 a.m. at your place?
No, well, 1:10.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
I thought you go to 2.
Yeah, we normally go to 2. It's probably
Okay,
tired.
I have been studying this week like mad last week.
Okay.
Well,
just
If
give
you
me a
need to
second.
go, you can, but it's up to you.
Well, if you
You've
see
been
me
studying-
all of if you see my screen go weird and wonky and me all of a sudden going sideways, you know enough.
You've been studying math for the past week.
No, I've been
You rolled a
studying
23.
like mad.
Oh, like mad.
So he rolled a 23. Does that succeed?
Yeah.
Of course it succeeds.
Okay, he's fine. He momentarily, involuntarily, that's the word. He momentarily, involuntarily, wow. What is that? Shrieks as he is suddenly affected by your ability. And he goes, what? Why?
They were coming at us! I was scared! I'm still scared!
If it's possible, I'm also going to smack him on the back of the head a little and be like, these are the people we're running with now.
And he just sort of looks back with his compound eye towards you.
I'm going to shrug. Like, what?
Either way, it's a very short interaction. So,
Okay.
Howler, did you have anything?
Yeah, we're running past alleyways, right? So it's not too large from wall to wall on your side.
No, not really.
Okay, because I want to drop 100 gold bars just in between us and creatures running at us.
Oh yes, he has he has the contract still. So yes, you can do that. You can target the area, and it's an AoE because it's so much gold bars. So
I will hope that blocks the path that he comes.
Here's
or
what
at
I'm gonna
least-
do. Say, they get a dexterity saving throw,
Sure.
and if they get below, do you have a spell save?
Well, no, because I'm not arcane trickster.
Okay, but you do have vicious mockery.
Okay.
Oh yes, that's true. No, I used that on charisma. So
15.
Okay, is it 15?
It said that on the
15.
Skeetus.
Yeah, 15 if I use my charisma. So yeah, that's true.
They got less than 15. So roll a d100.
Excuse me?
It's 100 gold bars. All right, the swarm is squished under 100 gold bars.
Cool. If I have an action I cast, Mage Hand, scoop some of those up.
Explo immediately starts running against the goal and starts packing it into his bag of holding.
Literal, like, Fort Knox.
And the gold and
They don't
gold
know.
disappears in front of your eyes, as I do as well.
That's just mean.
Fortunately, he can recall the gold at any time, so it just instantly vanishes.
Does
I
Explo
do
know
still
that
say,
it was...
that's
does
just a
Explo-
meme.
Does Explo know that it was Howler that cast the spell?
If you can beat his 25, yes.
What? And what?
He
Stealth.
rolled a stealth, and he got 25. If you can beat that, then yes.
I can because of a +3.
then unfortunately you have no idea why gold bars just suddenly rain from the sky.
Because Expert just turns around to the whole other group and is, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that?
That was amazing.
You just hear from the distance, I pay my crew well.
Yeah, so you hear Howler shouting. So at that point you could, in theory, gather that, yes, that happened because of him.
Explode just motions out in Thieves' Chants, so you pay your crew in fake gold. Marvelous. And he starts smiling and starts walking towards the...
I resummon it in front of you, and I tell you back, it's very real. It's just mine. So you can feel it and everything. It's pure gold.
Yes.
When I
it's
see
just
that
gonna
it pops
take it.
back out,
Yeah.
I'm going to say again, that's just rude. You won't even let us keep any.
And actually, Lucius got it right. You get to make a Arcana check because he is technically using magic to summon this. Just before the gold bars appeared, since he revealed himself too. Did you reveal yourself to summon it again?
I would say I would be hiding behind something, but it's obvious where I am. Like I'm not visible, but you can hear me.
Okay. You see what looks like magical coming from his location.
As I'm going to purposely walk by and just like towards that area, rude, and just keep going.
Well, take consider my offer, and we'll be able to make an exchange.
I'll stop and turn around so I can keep some of that and point towards the gold bars.
Well, how many would you want for
Half.
being a part of my crew? Very well then. And I
How many
out-
platina? How many
I do put a
platina is
finger
one
up.
gold bar worth?
I start pulling out a
I
contract.
told him what the worth of them were, so he
Okay,
should have
so-
that written down somewhere.
So yeah, I pull out a contract. It says it's basically my non-aggressive, like we can't hurt each other, and you work under me. I take a small percent of everything.
What is the small percent?
Yeah,
99?
unfortunately, this guy is a chronicler, so he's very good at making sure that things that are written down are correct. So anything that you hid in there, he's automatically going to be able to pick up just based on his background.
And I just cross that out, occasionally rewriting for my own favor, and then continuing on.
Okay, yeah, well, I see you're one of those. Well, I can make you a fair offer then. As long as you...
okay.
Previously one, I kind of whispered him. The first one is never fair. You know business.
Benjamin?
Well, of course.
Benjamin.
Yeah.
How many platina is approximately your 100 gold bars worth?
Well, it depends on where you get it. Like you have to exchange it, but you can get the whole bunch for a gold bar. So I will kind of just make a new one for you, which basically just says it's a binding contract that you will be one of my captains under the flag of the Grand Admiral Howler of the Aquan Sea. As a payment, you shall receive 50 gold bars, as long as you plead to do the following tasks. If I ever require aid in battle with all my captains, you would come and aid me, that sort of thing.
I will take your written agreement and then think about it.
Okay.
Explode just motions.
I'm going to get you
to
to make an Arcana check.
Again?
Yes, another one.
Ugh.
Don't notice. Great, wonderful.
Explode just motions to Howler with in Thief's Chance. The whole Admiral thing is just a cover up, right?
Oh no, I am in fact an admiral over a fleet. I even have an airship under my banner.
Insight.
Okay.
If you turn around from
Damn it, I believe him.
Okay, if you turn around from him and look at Arasan, he has a book open saying liar.
Well, I mean, he's always been that way. Have he shot any of you yet?
Almost. A couple of times.
I just shake my head.
So you guys, I'm gonna say that this conversation walks into the blacksmith.
Yeah.
And you're currently inside the blacksmith.
Mhm.
And it looks like a very rudimentary blacksmith. It has a couple of supplies, a couple of bars of some sort of metallic substance. However, you're not sure what they are just by glancing at them. There's some sort of gray metal. Either way, it has a bellows. It has the forge itself. It has everything inside. It has a little smokestack that goes out the top for heat and flames. But yeah, anything else that you would want in a blacksmith? There's unfortunately no ready-made weapons there. At least out in the open that you can see. You assume because this place got attacked and the blacksmith was the first place that people went to get something to defend themselves. So there's no ready-made weapons. There's like horseshoes, which you're not sure why they would have horseshoes in a place that uses giant eagles to fly around. Anyway, there are some horseshoes. And there's other various like spikes and implements.
Can Explo use the anvil to make his rocket boots, or is that a smithing tools?
You could, in theory, attempt to, but that would take some time.
So Arasan starting up the smithy once more.
Yeah, the coals are completely cold.
Yeah, he's
We'll
been
just start searching the place for good stuff.
Explo throws a fire grenade at the coals.
Fair enough. It cannot dodge, so they light up immediately.
Yeah,
I will be right back.
Before, while everyone starts splitting off, I will try and find Lucius alone to make him a better offer.
Okay. I'll say that he... What did you say you were going to do, Lucius? Because you said you were going to do something. Might be muted.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm back. No, I was just going to start looting for things, so while I'm doing that, if he comes up to talk to me, I'd be available.
Alright, roll an investigation check. So you can sort of search for hidden floorboards or anything of that nature. Just sort of hanging out. Finally. Alright. So you start searching the floor, see if... Because you're relatively familiar with seedy underground type places. You start looking for perhaps a hidden floorboard or a trapdoor or things of that nature. And you sort of walk into the back of the blacksmith, which has a bed, and perhaps this is where the guy slept, and then he'd just go out and do some work and then go back and sleep whenever he felt like. Or if it was even a guy, you don't even know. Might have been a woman smith. You don't know. Anyway, you walk into this room by yourself, and everybody else is sort of at the forge, and Howler just sort of, he's a little halfling man. He just sort of creeps up behind you, in his uncanny way, but he makes himself obvious.
So yeah, Lucius, was it?
Yes.
You see, one of the reasons that I made the travel all the way up here, away from my material plane, is I'm looking for a sword.
A sword.
A sword called the Lawbringer. Is that correct, Matt? I'm not 100% sure.
No,
Lawbringer.
no, that's something different. And I'm not sure where you got that, but anyway, it is called loyalty.
Loyalty, yes. Loyalty. And I know Lily over there would help us locate it. I'm unsure about the gnome. And our song is hard to tell what he'll do.
Well, from what I can tell about the gnome and the other one, unless it's a personal issue for the gnome or somebody being saved for the other one, it's probably not going to happen.
Well, here was what I was thinking. Instead of this contract you already took, I could add that I'll give you all 100 of the gold bars, and I'll teach you how to unsummon them and summon them at will, in exchange for your aid in helping me finding the sword.
What is a sword to you?
Well, it's 100 gold bars.
No, the 100 gold bars is for me.
Yes.
Sword
So
else for you.
the sword is for me if you find it.
Yeah, but what is this sword to you?
That's
Why
what
is it
I'm
so?
saying. It's worth my 100 gold bars.
But your 100 gold bars are worth what? Like, let's be honest. Arcana.
Okay. Matt, how
You can
much
summon
was
100.
actually 100 gold bars?
Okay, didn't I tell you how much one is worth?
You probably did, but that's super long ago, and I just
You didn't write it down. You did not
I don't
write it
think
down.
so.
Okay. So then I get to redetermine what your gold bars are worth. This is why you write it down, because I might make it more or I might make it less.
I thought the gold bars were 100 gold each.
That sounds right.
That's yes. It's
Yeah, okay.
approximately
And one
100 gold.
It's 100 gold.
Yes, so one gold bar. It's
you have
usually
much
meant
more.
for gold bars.
We are all
usually
a lot richer than this halfling.
Well, I didn't say that's all I had.
Yeah, that's not all he has either. Anyway, they're usually used in bank transactions or like kings and other very rich people. They usually get them melted into gold bars so that way they can make, like, I want to buy 1,000 acres from this other country. Here's a bunch of gold bars. So that's usually what they're made for. So people just having them is kind of weird, but
And
hey,
I also let you know, if your bars are questionable, you would be able to buy stuff with them multiple times.
Because I can resummon the bars back to me.
Although the original bars would disappear. But I'm willing to give you the original and teach you.
My only issue with this is you're offering me, what, 10,000 gold worth of something, but you want my services, and if we are to be honest with one another, services are definitely more than 10,000 gold worth, especially if you're going to keep me on retainer.
You have a point.
I have no issue with working with you and coming to some sort of agreement. Honestly, if you teach me the spell and I could make the ingredients myself so I can create my own bars that I can summon the spirits, I would have absolutely no issue with coming to some sort of agreement with you, Grand Admiral. And I'll smile, a big old smile.
Then what are you suggesting?
In exchange of services, if you will. You teach me what you know, I'll teach you what I know, as well as help you in whatever endeavors you're aiming towards. But of course, if there is money at the end of this, I expect my own fair. At this point, the smiles and everything do drop.
Yeah.
I do expect my own fair cut.
Well, what businessman wouldn't? And I smile. And I say, I do like these terms. However, I'll add in one small piece, just for my own personal concerns. And you see, I write in a non-aggressive pact, so neither of us can attack each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll sign it with my name.
And yeah, Exploder's not in the room, so he's not gonna say anything.
Just before you sign this, I'm gonna give you a chance to identify something that he was talking about. So roll an Arcana check. All right. I'm gonna give you. This is gonna be a lore drop. So, when he mentioned the word loyalty, sort of scratched an itch in the back of your mind. You couldn't put your finger on it while you were talking to him. However, now that he has signed it and is passing the pen to you, you remember reading a passage in a book that sparked your interest, and you read an entire book on it in your free time. And there's two things that are important to this conversation that you just currently had. There are the Blades of Justice, and then there are the Vengeance Blades. There are 7 of each. The word that he just dropped was loyalty. Loyalty is one of the Justice Blades. They're sentient. All of them are sentient. And loyalty is related to the Vengeance Blade called Betrayal. Now, knowing this information, if he has, let's say somebody has Betrayal. Betrayal is a very evil blade, and as its namesake is, it causes you to betray, as long as you are wielding it. And it likes to be wielded, whatever the past term of and it forces you to continue wielding it, and it can control your body, it can control your movements, it can force you to, as it says, betray your friends. However, loyalty is the exact opposite. It will, if you decide to try to betray your friends, it will supernaturally control you to try to do nice things for them. Or even confess your sins. And they both have personalities which conflict with each other. Betrayal tries to get you to betray your friends, even without controlling you. However, if you choose not to, then it may control you. And loyalty tries to convince you to go along with your friends, and it also will control you if you decide to go against it. So evil creatures don't really like the Blades of Justice, and good creatures tend not to like. So it's sort of a dynamic there. However, if you have the two that correspond with one another, they cancel each other out, and they become basically you can control yourself and do whatever you want. So, let's say Howler has betrayal. If he got his hands on loyalty, that would be extremely useful because betrayal wouldn't cause him to stab people in the back unnecessarily. So, just with that little piece of information, that huge lore tidbit, you can decide what you want to do.
I want to look at his waistband. Does he have 1 or 2 swords?
He has a...
I have the chain that has a bunch of jewel daggers that are super fancy. I have a long rapier at my right side hip that's covered in jewels. Like you see the end, it's a jewel couple that you can hold it in. And on my left side, I have a short sword that's not as fancy. It just seems like a regular sword. Although, if you made an arcana, it would seem magical.
I will directly ask him, do you hold betrayal and loyalty? Or just one?
Why do you want to know?
You asked me to sign a contract. And I'll smile big. My father was a demon.
Well, I would then admit that I do own one of them. Although it's not currently on me, and I'll motion towards my shirt.
Okay.
And I would like the other part.
So would I. So that way you are free to choose. I'm going to push the contract back towards you. I do not believe in signing away one's choice. I will make a verbal agreement with you that as long as you are true and that you are not going to betray me, I will not betray you.
I would like to make an insight check on this guy.
Okay, fair.
Now, when you make the roll, I don't need to make a deception. I am.
Yeah, okay. I'm just confirming for my own character's sake that you're speaking the truth.
No, I get it.
And I will, I will realize that he's probably done something like this before and that he's a businessman. So I will reach out my hand and I will say, what, come again?
I'll reach mine out as well to shake it. Basically, like.
So yeah, we'll come to an agreement then, verbally.
Fair enough. So, as the scene is happening, because unfortunately you guys sucked up a little bit of time, what is everybody else doing in the main forge room?
Arasan is just basically gathering materials, preparing to do stuff he was planning a long time ago.
There are a bunch of raw materials here. Like, there's even, like, a rock that has some sort of... it's just, like, a raw ore. Just sort of sitting in the corner that you notice.
Okay, let me go like this. Excellent.
Alright. You don't know what kind of metal it is without closer examination. But there are also more metal bars just sort of sitting around. Ingots, if you will.
Yep, I'm going to check out what they are, of course, because I do want the right materials for the job.
Fair enough. So, what are you trying to identify first?
Well, what kind of material it is, of course.
I mean, which one? Are you attempting to identify the raw
The
ore?
bars.
Okay, the bars. Okay. Go ahead.
Rolling up identify?
If you want to cast identify on it, then you can do that.
Mm-hmm. I do that for both of them, the bars and the materials.
Alrighty. Does anybody else want to do anything while he's doing this? Unless if you're casting it instantly, it's going to take you a little bit of time. Or casting it with a spell slot.
Explo is
I
just
can
gonna...
waste. I can waste a spell slot.
Okay. How many
Still-
spell slots are you using?
2.
2?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the bars and the ores.
Unfortunately, the way the spell works, you can only target one, so you'll only know what one is for sure. If the others are different, you won't know.
Okay, then I will take my time for all of it.
Okay. So, are you using 2 spell slots and then ritual?
No, I'm just going straight to ritual, because,
Okay.
well, then I would have to waste a lot of spell slots.
Alright, fair enough. So, as he's just went around and gathered a bunch of stuff, put it in the middle of the floor, and he's just sort of sitting next to it, and he's doing a magical ritual that you guys can obviously see that he is doing. So what is everybody else doing? Explo was gonna say something until he got interrupted, so...
He's just gonna look around for anything of value.
Alright. Make an investigation check. Alright. You start searching the floor, you start searching cabinets, you start ripping things off the wall that you think might be switches. Which none of that succeeds. However, you sort of just walk over next to the forge, and you see what looks like a half-finished sword just sort of sitting next to the forge. You're not sure if it's valuable just by first glance, but you notice that every other weapon was taken.
I pick it up and do an Arcana.
Alright, roll Arcana. Alright, this sword is definitely magical. You're not entirely sure what the enchantment does, but you know that it is a very it would cost a lot of money to make this because of the sheer number of runes that are carved into the sword.
What type of sword is it?
It's a half-finished sword, but based on the size that it would have been a great sword. But it's sort of it looks like he was, based on the appearance of the sword anyway, it looks like they were adding little bits to it, and currently it's only classified as a short sword.
Oh, nice. I'm proficient in those.
It is big and bulky, but you can still use it as a short sword.
Well, Explo is gonna keep it on him and attune to it to see what it does.
Okay. So he's spending time doing that. So, does Lily want to do anything in this room? Is she even here?
No, she does not want to do anything.
Okay. Alright, so that leaves the other two. And as you guys, as you've finished the handshake, Lucius, you look over his shoulder, and this is your investigation check, by the way, which I forgot to give you the results of. You see what looks like a decorative weapon on the wall. Looks like a 2-headed battle axe.
Okay. After I make the make the handshake, I'm going to walk over, pull it off the wall, and see about wrapping the blades in something so it won't rip up my bag of holding.
Fair enough. How strong are you? What is your strength?
1 second. That is an 8.
Okay. I need you to roll an athletics for me. Alright, you managed to keep it from instantly impacting the floor as you take it off the wall. It is considered a great axe. So when you tried to pick it up off the wall, it just sort of went because you're wimpy mage guy.
Yeah.
And you manage to get it to the table, and it just sort of loudly clatters against the table.
Still, like I said, find something to wrap it up in and stick it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Is that magical?
Oh, for sure.
Perhaps it would be
You haven't
some-
looked at it to see if it has any runes yet, so you can look at it if you want.
I mean, I will, but just basing off of how it, like, the quick inspection, I figured it would be.
I was just letting you know. Perhaps it would be better used, and I point towards Lily.
Arcana
All right.
26?
It definitely has runes indicative of an enchantment. Again, the runes are... You could possibly identify the school of magic, but you wouldn't know exactly what they do without testing the weapon itself.
Or identify,
Right,
which you can do.
26
Yes. You
Arcana
could
would
cast
be nice.
Identify, but that's what the spell Identify is for. You wouldn't know just by looking at it. So what
Okay.
were you saying, sorry?
No, I was just asking, with the 26 Arcana, do I know more than just that it has some magical properties? Do I have an idea of the school?
Yes,
Or
you would know what school it is. I keep forgetting what the different schools are. This one, I think it has... Yeah, it has a conjuration. Yes, that would be the best one to describe. It has conjuration runes on it.
Okay. So as I finish wrapping up the blade with some random leather strips or whatever, and putting it in my bag, I'll tell everybody
Well,
you
could, in theory, just steal the sheets off the bed if you wanted to.
Oh, if there's a sheath for me to stick it into, I will. I'll sheath it, and then I'll just tell everybody it has some conjuration on it. After I've done some more investigations into it, if it would be better suited for somebody else, I will hand it over.
Yeah, I just motion over to Lily. Well, I think she's the only one strong enough. So I look around. I see you were having problem pulling it down. I look at the gnome, and I know Arzan from before. So
you need at least a strength of 15 to lift it properly.
So only Lily.
Nice. Can I cast Identify as a ritual on the sword to see what it does?
Yes, you can, which would take
I'm
you
gonna
10
do
minutes.
that. I'm gonna do that.
So as everybody's just whipping out their their ritual spells, I'll start systematically going through what everybody's doing here. Edo-san technically started his first, so I'm gonna give him a couple of things. As long as he's still here, that is. I assume he is. Yes, he is.
I am still here.
Well, the
His
man
face
looks
was-
half dead, so maybe not.
His face was like this into the... So, I wasn't
Yeah,
sure
my
what he was doing. But,
body's
anyway.
shutting down slowly.
Okay, so you identify... Which one do you identify first? It doesn't really matter, but it's up to you. Do you want to identify one of the ingots first, or do you want to identify the ore?
Ingots.
Okay. So you start with you have 5 ingots in front of you. The first one is silver. The second one is an alloy of iron and brass. The third one, so you're writing this down?
Oh god, no. I have nowhere to write this down on.
Your sheet is the easiest place to write things down.
Yeah, hold on then. Damn it.
Because if I forget, which I may, then, and you just wrote down 5 ingots, I might give you something different, which might not be as useful to you.
Silver bar of iron and brass.
Yes. And the second one is pure dark iron, which has necromantic properties, if you remember. So if you were to make a weapon and enchant it, any necromantic magic would be easier to make if you made a weapon with dark iron. And so there's 2 more. This one is gold. And the second of these 2. Let's see. Okay. This one is just pure iron. And the ore, which you go after last, which you take about an hour to identify all of this. And this ore contains within it just like slate and other like mundane rocks that might not be useful. However, it contains within it pure electrum.
The more the words.
Hey guys, just so you know, Lonnie is not feeling well, so she's out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, okay. I think
it's
she
only like
was
10
half
minutes
asleep.
left anyway.
Yeah, we're leaving soon, but I just want to get like the identify stuff out of the way at least before we close out, because may as well eat up that time somewhere. So now it is X-Flow, I guess.
So slate, mundane rocks, pure electrum.
Yes. Yes. So you'd have to remove the mundane rocks such as slate away from the electrum to use the electrum.
Mm-hmm.
But it has a ball of pure electrum in the middle of it.
I'm guessing there is a furnace next by, so or close by.
Yeah, it has like a bellows and everything.
You lit that.
It's a full setup.
Yep.
Oh.
So then there should be a smelter.
Yes, there is even like those little things that help you, like the little molds for ingots. Those things are nearby as well that you can use. However, you are casting Identify on the short sword, which looks like it, if completed, it could be a great sword. So, you may want to write this down.
Oh dear.
Basically, it has a couple of enchantments on it. First enchantment is a lightness enchantment. Like kind of like a featherweight, perhaps. Makes it lighter, basically. It has an enchantment that has a secret word, which unfortunately is blocked. You don't know what the secret word is. If you activate the secret word, it turns into a great sword, which can be wielded like a short sword. So you basically get great sword damage, but if you have expertise in short swords, you can use it. And it has a +1 for damage. For it's a +1 weapon, is what I'm trying to say.
Do I have any idea how to find the secret word?
You can try saying words. Otherwise, if you wanted to, you would have to learn a specific spell which unlocks hidden things when you use Identify on items. It's basically a security measure, so that way if somebody walks up and steals your item, then they have a hard time figuring out what it is. But
I just hold it. I hold it up in front of me and I say, "By the power of Grayskull."
Okay. I'm actually going to roll something for that. Because it might work.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, it does not work.
Okay, just say penis.
Nope.
Bazinga.
It activates.
Bazinga.
Apparently, this Smith watched a lot of Big Bang Theory.
I just wanted to intersect and go like tiny gnome.
However,
Not
when
anymore.
However, he has found the secret word.
Way before I could say it.
So yes, it is a great sword. So you get to roll great sword dice, but it basically acts as if it's a short sword.
Okay, that is fucking awesome. Bye bye, sights. Bye bye.
However, you still have to wield it with two hands, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, since everyone's identifying everything, is Lucius going to identify his axe?
Of course.
All right. This one has the conjuration. So, you just sort of manage to pull it. You have a hard time pulling it out of your bag, but you manage to. And you place it in front of you, and you start the ritual. And as you start, you might want to, again, write this down. It has a few conjuration abilities. You can desummon it and summon it within 10 feet of you. Anywhere. So you can... It basically has an attack that you can summon it in the air like 5 feet, and you can summon it in the air like 5 feet, and then it drops down, causing it to swing, basically. And you can do this, you can desummon it and summon it as many times as you have attacks on your turn. Second, you can summon...
Hold on, let me make sure I got this right. So I can summon it as many attacks as I have in a turn.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can make it vanish and then come back. So if you're someone who isn't strong enough to wield it, as long as you have it equipped, which means on your person, you can summon it and then make it attack, desummon it, and then summon it again to make another attack, so that way it just sort of drops in the air or whatever. And then you can summon it back to your person. All as part of a turn. Not only that, it can, if you know the secret word, summon an imp to your side to just sort of do whatever you want it to do.
How's that imp? Is it like a once per long rest, or just you can summon an imp but one at a time, or can you
It's
just summon
one. It's just one. And if it dies, then you have to wait till the next dawn to summon another one.
Okay, so it's one.
Well,
And you can desummon it and then summon it at any time.
What if one person holds the great axe and summons the imp, and then another person holds the great axe and summons another imp, and then it just goes on?
Unfortunately, this one requires attunement.
Okay.
Damn it.
Makes sense.
I tried to find a loophole, guys.
I know. We always got to look for
We
them.
appreciate it. Just sending the axe around to everyone.
His sword that he found just changes the dice that he gets to use, basically, and gives him a +1. That's basically all his does. So it's not that game breaking if anybody can use it at any time.
Is there anything else?
Unfortunately, no.
Alright, so I can summon an imp to my side, and I can have it basically attack for me like it has dancing on it.
Pretty much. You can, as long as it's within like 10 feet of you you can summon it. And
So I can actually use this battle axe for myself.
Yeah.
potentially, as long as you can have it on your person and not like in a bag of holding.
No,
You
yeah.
have-
So if I throw it on my back and I basically like just hunch over and decide to just constantly just put all my strength behind just hobbling along, I then have the thing jump off my back and just start attacking things that are within 10 feet of me.
Yes.
And if I have a
However,
concentration
to
spell up,
wield it properly, like to, in order to, like your movement speed would be halved if just by having this thing on you. It seems like it's part of the enchantment that makes it so that way if you're below a certain strength, then you can't lift it properly. But if you have over a 15 strength, you can lift it and hold it on your back as if it were any other weapon, and you can choose to swing it, and as long as it's within 10 feet of you, so if you drop it or something, like you didn't purposely unequip it, then you can sort of summon it back to you, or you can summon it to attack. So, like, say someone makes you unequip, like drop it, then you can summon it back to your hand.
okay, or have it attack somebody for me.
Yes, you can have it attack instead of coming to your hand, but inevitably at the end of your turn it has to come back to you, otherwise it will just fall on the ground and you won't be able to summon it unless you get close enough to it.
And I'm assuming it's a +1 too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you should just keep track of that.
Oh, I'm definitely putting that in.
Yeah, it is a +1 great axe.
+1 battle axe. Can summon as many attacks I have in a turn to attack for me. Can summon an imp to my side. Alright.
When it's a +1 sword, does it just get the +1 to hit, or
No, it's +1 to hit and damage.
Yeah,
and damage? And the damages.
in roll 20, when you add it to the attack, there should say a magic bonus. If you just put 1 there, then it does both for you.
There we go.
A mixed sword. It's a McDonald's brand sword.
Yeah. Can I name the sword?
Oh,
Sure.
It doesn't have it. Like when you cast Identify, it didn't have a specific name.
I'm gonna call it the Grower.
All right.
Not the shower.
Now,
It's not a shower, it's a grower.
Now the thing is, when an item is magic, and someone names it, every time someone casts Identify on it, now that name appears. It's just part of it, and it cannot be changed unless if you have somebody magically change the name.
All the toys want out of here already. Sorry, I forgot they were coming.
But yes, basically the name cannot be changed unless an enchanter changes it to something else. So now it permanently has that name.
There we go. A natural 1.
Yeah, well, it's a grower, not a shower, so it doesn't roll.
I prefer that name. It's a grower, not a shower.
Also, your axe does not have a name, so if you wish to name it, you can.
My axe?
Or
no, my axe.
His axe.
Imp summoner.
Alright, so you can put the imp. Is that what you're calling it?
Yep.
Alright, so now you can put that in your inventory as that, and if you ever give it to somebody, they have to use that name. Because that's what it's called.
Battle Axe +1, the imp.
It is considered a great axe. I don't know if that has a different stat than battle axe, but
yes, it does.
So, it technically has a different stat.
Well, this is a great axe. It's two-handed, right?
Yeah. That is true. So you
great axe +1, the imp.
Yes, and you can. It has special rules, but you can't like have a a dagger in your hand and use it at the same time, that sort of thing. Like, you can't be wielding a different weapon and use it.
Yeah,
You have to
that
have
makes sense.
I can't wait to just sneak up to somebody and just point the sword at them and just whisper in their ear, Bazinga.
Bazinga. Shink.
Bazinga.
Yeah, but it's getting real late for me, guys.
Yes. So we got all the items identified, so we can end it at this point.
Okay.
There's still stuff like more in the shop, of course, right?
I was really hoping for the power of Grayskull or penis. Penis.